Finally, after much work and moving through Rocky Carnablast's Gauntlet of Wonder, having defeated Valanus the Dreadlord, you all set to work on your ritual to revive Sunny. Everett, most of you put in some kind of effort to beckon him back from the dead, and when the ritual finished, a mote of light entered into Sunny's body. For a brief moment, he awoke, seemingly injured, undeniably, but whole, until something else happened. This mote of black fungal, similar to like a mycelium layer, began to stretch out from his center and began to overwhelm and discolor parts of his body. And just as he spoke, just this looping, this damage seemed to have affected him to an extreme degree. It is approximately 1 in the morning in a backfield of Coral Point, and you all are surrounding Sunny as you watch as the Lich Squidward watches over the sky, protecting you all with his steely gaze. What would you guys like to do?
Uh, Sonny, are you in there?
Yes, Artok, I'm here, but I'm not alone.
Morak looks to Artuk, and he's like, do you think, what's going on?
Are they? David, do I feel them? Are they mine?
I have 7 hit points.
They're not yours, but they're mighty, mighty familiar, if you catch my meaning. Sunny, what are you doing at this exact moment as you have woken up with certain impressions that we've talked about between sessions, kind of hitting at the very back of your mind. But what you see before you all is mostly not normal, but you find yourself in this darkened field. You see everyone. There's a faint glow of light just from kind of the smoldering embers of the candles. You can plainly see most of the party, even kind of against the darkness of the night. You're not precisely sure where you are, but you can see plainly there's a mostly clear field. There's like some wood posts, probably maybe like 100 yards back. You're probably just like at near-ish to the edge of some random some cultivator's property, but just kind of outside of where you guys would have a bit of privacy.
Yeah. So I think Sonny just stands there for a second, and he's just looking around, like individually. He looks at everyone and like set his gaze on Morak and then Ode
As
and
you guys
Artuk.
look onto Sunny, you do see, as was discussed a little bit in the last session, seemingly from the moment he rose back up to even now a minute later, you see whatever that kind of mycelium spread over it, it has immediately discolored like large parts. Like these veins have like run the length from like the center of his chest to like the cracked portions, especially along his right kind of like arm cannon, as they are just kind of like these blackened veins and like tendrils like reaching and latching over part of it and discoloring large parts of the metal from like kind of like the kind of like like the brassy tones into like a kind of sick mix of like green and like kind of like this gross almost like decaying gray, like similar to if you've like left meat out for like a very long time. It's just kind of that like unhealthy looking color.
Wait, okay. Sorry, but the green thing wasn't showing up. Did Will say he was okay with us like starting without him? I know what David, you said Will had messaged you, and I just feel like Zekko's like an important character right now. But I mean, I don't feel like we should have to wait until 3 hours after our starting time, or at least
Yeah,
2 our
I
starting time.
think he will be back eventually, at which point he can kind of have these scenes like fun. I mean, above board. If he wanted to try anything like greater restoration, lesser restoration, he doesn't have the materials anyway. And
Mhm.
if he does, when he gets here, you guys can get them anyway. So I think any stuff with that, it'll be fine to delay until he gets back. If you guys kind of want to have first impressions anyway.
I feel like Zeka sits in stunned silence. Uh, narratively works for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Ode might say, is something happening with Sunny where we need to stop this uh fungus? And Ode kind of looks to Morak and Artuk.
Sonny, do you hear them? What do you feel right now?
Sonny, you don't hear anything. You feel what we discussed, but you don't hear. It's not in the way that Artuk is described. If it's kind of like this, like almost like voice in the back of your head or back of your mind that will sometimes like pierce through the veil. Nothing like that, but there is what we discussed in the form of like a persistent presence. If you can discuss it as you wish, though.
I don't hear them, Artak, but I feel it inside of me.
All right. Look, this ain't easy to explain, and I haven't had to do it before. But you know when you cast magic and it shoots out and you feel it shoot out like that, how there's that shot, that pressure, that hit from it. Think about that, but around you, a bubble. Pull in, push in on what's there. Keep it, contain it, fight. If you're feeling what I think you're feeling, I didn't have nobody to tell me how to do that.
Sonny, do you stand up at this point, or are you still laid back on the ground?
I think I go ahead and stand up.
Okay. It's an uneasy, similar to if someone's like been in bed like in a hospital for a couple days, where it just like takes a bit of time to steady himself. His right arm cannon, especially as he kind of stands up, though, you do see like different like scraps and pieces of that arm just kind of like fall out. Like the basically from the barrel, you see like parts like chip away, and like this almost like black like viscous substance just kind of begins to like dribble out, similar to like almost like a sap. It just like slowly, or like an oil, like slowly leaking out from it.
I feel it inside of me. I know what you're talking of, Artak. I feel it striving against me. I am powered by magic, and I can feel it working towards that, working its way through me, trying to get trying to get to my core. And I can fight it for now, but it's a losing battle.
I think Sunny walks over to Artuk, and kind of stands in front of him.
I don't know how long I can keep this at bay. Even now, I can feel it working its way deeper, deeper into me.
It makes me sick to have to put it this way, but from one light walker to another, I think I know where we go to fix this. If you can hold off till then.
Sunny's eyes kind of dilate, and the apertures dilate for a second. They look at Artuk, and he turns away to face the rest of the group.
There may be a fix for you, Artuk. I certainly hope so. But I don't think there's a fix for me. I can already feel it reaching out towards my core. And I am magic. I don't think I can be separated from this. I don't think that's an option. But if there's a chance to save you, well, I certainly don't have time to waste. I say we take that chance.
All right.
I think Sonny kind of looks around the rest of the group.
What is what is everyone doing? Any volunteers?
Sonny, how much do you feel in control?
Completely. It's not my control that is being sapped away. It is my energy. I feel I could give in and let the blight take over, but I would die first. I would choose to die first. Giving in is not an option. But I,
And he kind of like looks down at his ruined arm.
quite frankly, I think magic is out of the option for me right now. I don't know how this blight works or how it would affect that, but I can only assume that it would go poorly, or that it would be dangerous, or give it power or harm me further. I don't know. And I certainly know I don't have the energy to expend to try.
Okay.
At this point, every blast would be a day or
Shit.
a week or a month off my life. And if we're going to help Artek out of this, well, I know I'm going to need all the time I have left.
Sorry, our Wi-Fi cut out, so we missed that.
Oh well, it was pretty much the coolest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. So Sonny said,
I don't have energy to spare with magic, and magic might make it stronger, or it might not, but certainly it would take energy away from me, energy that I need to keep this blight at bay. And I know using my magic would take time off of my life, or it feels that way. I suppose I don't know, but it's too risky to try. Because if we're going to help Artuk, if we're going to go after this, I know I'll need all the time I have left, whether it's a day or a month or less.
I mean,
Funny, in our research about the Blightwalkers, we started noticing a trend where previous Blightwalkers had some like strong connection to nature. They were like farmers, they were hunters, they were druids. I don't think that the farmer, the hunter inherently had any magical ability. I don't know if it's necessarily targeting magic and your magical core as much as it is maybe targeting organics, which is still a part of you, but I don't know. I don't think it's inherently like going for your core.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think this has anything to do with the connection to me. I think this is because I pissed it off.
Hmm.
I this is all of this has always been, but this especially is so far beyond my league. as far as what I know about this blight and how to deal with it. But we had a place we were going, and I have somebody I know we can talk to who knows more than I do, who can figure out how to help me and if it's connected to me and this is my blight that's eaten him. Maybe he can stop that too, but one way or the other, it's the only thing I can think to try. We got to get to that forest as quickly as physically possible, though. I don't know how much time he has.
What do you think you do have something?
I don't know. Like I said, it could be an hour, or it could be a year.
And I'll kind of look back towards Zeka, a little stunned. He'll lean towards the rest of the group and just quietly say, "And what do you think will happen once it gets to your core?"
Well, if I have anything to say about it, I'll die before then. That won't be something we have to find out.
Sonny looks around for a moment.
You see Morak sniffle and wipe his eyes from dust that got in there. And he says, "Okay, everyone get ready. We're leaving." And he looks around, says, "Okay, I don't know if Autuk, Zeka, I don't know if you have stuff at the inn you were staying at, and go get it. I have some business to take care of. I'll make sure that we're all taken care of. Uh, we gained an item that lets us just magically transport somewhere, correct?"
Let's say for you did above board. Kezia, do you know how long you are going to be here for?
Well, my sister's still in Santa Clarita, so at least another hour.
Okay. Well, present as much until then. Let's say I don't know how long it will take. Whenever Kezia heads out, she is also just passively going down the line identifying stuff. And then around the time you guys leave, or a little before you guys leave, is when she identifies and finds it out. I've got the items all with what their abilities do. I will send that to the Discord in just a little bit. But yes, anything you guys do have. It is
Is it the World Travelers map?
It is the World Travelers map. Just for absolute clarity, it allows the users to select a point physically on the map and instantly transport there as if under the effect of the teleport spell. The creatures, up to 8, must be interlocking hands while one of them touches the map and holds contact with it for 30 seconds. Anyone who is not touching hands with it will get left behind. But basically, in 30 seconds, you can teleport to anywhere in Oberian as permitted by the spell. And you guys will know that pretty soon.
Okay. Well, I feel like we will gain knowledge of these items soon. I have some business to take care of. Does anybody want to come with me?
I'll come with you.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
But I feel like
but-
you should probably not come into town.
Sonny kind of looks around.
Not bad. Guy, that's somewhat fair. You were a little bit scary before. Sorry, but you're a lot scary now.
Or what?
Worry,
Don't scare
Eric.
me.
I'm going to get Ebenezer so you can keep playing.
Sonny holds out a hand to to before Morak leaves.
Before you go, I wanted to say thank you all for bringing me back. I don't know what it took, but I know diamonds aren't easy to come by, and as far as I remember, we didn't really have any. And also, I don't really know where are we.
Oh, do we have the video for you?
We're We're in Coral Point. It was the nearest harbor to where everything happened. We rushed for mainland, did everything we could to get a diamond real fast. Sort of blew our pot on it and got you back just in time.
Coral Point?
Scan that.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not telling me. Certainly you didn't. With Bleak Blarby?
The one, the only.
Truly, my friends, I am grateful.
Morag pulls out the signed autograph, gives it to him, and says, "Kezia, let's go."
I'll come
Uh,
too.
Okay, come on.
This is a very nice collector's. It is like framed up and like has a very crisp picture. This is probably worth a little bit of money to the right person.
To Sunny, it's priceless.
Sonny kind of like looks at it and says, like nods his head in appreciation, and he opens up his Bender chest cavity and he like hangs it up in there, not just throwing it in, but hangs it on the back wall of his chest.
You see various photos of it. It says, "Don't forget, you'll serve forever. Do it for her, or do it for him." But yes, Sonny, if you are going to wait here, so Morik and Kezia,
And Ode.
and Ode, what are you guys doing? And then after you guys kind of state what your plan is, Artuk and Byron will go with what your guys' plan is. But Morak, Ode, and Kezia first. What is your guys' goal?
Okay, guys, we need to. I have two goals. One, we need to get Ebenezer because I feel like he's integral to this somehow, and also he's a good fighter, and I don't think has anything else going on, so he might be useful in this. I feel like we could string him along.
I didn't really like him that much, but if you think so, then okay, sounds good.
He's the best shot we got right now.
Oh, I didn't really like him either.
I know, but I have a feeling that he might want to be here. So
I'd
we'll
like to say
find him.
this might be a good place for Sonny. If everybody else goes somewhere else, Sonny and Zeka can like have this time, and then we can come back and.
Oh, yeah, this is a perfect little narrative vacuum. Perfect.
Hey, Byron, you want to
Wait.
come with us?
No, I'll stay back here and talk with Arsak.
Oh, okay, fine, whatever.
Okay,
No,
so
I just-
where
Sonny explicitly did not mention you in the conversation. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna give them
Anyway.
time. As a
Anyway.
child.
No,
Anyways,
he said him and Zeka.
oh,
Will.
oh,
Don't.
Artuk and Zeka sound too similar. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up.
Anyway, I don't understand it.
Always, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Um,
guys, hold on. For Will's birthday, we need to get a token. We need to get a shirt made for him that has Artuk's face on it and Zeka's name on the back, like a jersey.
It should say Oberian's best chef, and then have
Is this
like
Artuk?
Artuk.
There's a picture of Zeka, but
Yeah.
it says Artuk on it.
So should we have it say Artuk, cross it out Zeka, cross out Artuk again?
So,
But
anyways, we need to get that,
Huh?
and then I want
you guys
feel
are lagging out. If
like
you can
we
hear
could be
us
using.
now.
Fuck.
Oh, there you go. No, you're good now.
How do we make this better?
We need better Wi-Fi.
Should I turn off our other devices that are using Wi-Fi?
I don't know if turning off other things would make our Wi-Fi better.
Does turning off
sounding
other
good now.
devices that are using Wi-Fi make the Wi-Fi on this computer better?
It
We're
can.
going
It
all
depends
the
on
way back.
bandwidth, but you guys, it's probably only like active stuff if you have your phones and stuff. I don't think it would make a huge difference. It might be better just to reset it. But
It's
you
back
guys
to
are
the-
good now. It was just for a few seconds there.
Alright.
It's
So-
back to the drive to Florida with Mary worried about using up the unlimited internet.
So you have unlimited Wi-Fi.
So, anyways, I think we need to go get Ebenezer, and then I need to talk to the Goliaths that we gave the can too. I have a feeling that might be useful, and I regret giving it to them.
I mean,
Okay.
it was useful for the purposes of being able to trade it, but
I
I get
do.
what you mean there.
Yes, I feel like we should go get that back. So
can
if
take
you guys want to go get Ebenezer, I could go find the Goliaths.
Yeah, we could definitely keep an eye out.
You
Okay.
guys do remember right after you left, you guys were like fucking booking it to get Sunny stuff because you only had a few hours left. Ebenezer did. Oh well, I'll be over here at the Chicago Exchange Hotel. See, bye. Don't know what the hell a Chicago is and or what it means here, but whatever. But yeah, oh, Kezia, would you guys like to head there first?
Yeah.
Okay.
As immediately after we walk away from Morak, O turns to Kezia and she says, "Hey, if neither of us liked that guy, good job of inviting him. Why don't we just go back and tell Morak he didn't want to come? We don't trust him."
Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty fair idea right there.
Should have made a more likable character, Eric.
I'll just
I don't know though.
mark
He was pretty helpful with the whole he played into it really well with the thing.
You couldn't even fake it.
I guess he did give us.
You guys do remember he did also take the Crown of the Bestial Tyrant as his one item.
Yeah.
So there's just,
Well, we want that. Whatever it does.
Oh, so we should go steal that.
Besides, like Zeka would say, if somebody really was fated to come with us, then Miss Stara would find a way, right?
I can't not invite your character. But do you happen to feel attached to making a new character?
You gotta go where the narrative leads you. Play your character.
He was like, I watched Muppets Christmas Carol, and that was about the extent I did.
Well, okay, Kezia, Morak asked us to ask him. I'll follow your lead here. What do you want to do?
Kezia's a big. Why would you do
No.
that? Yes, absolutely. We're not looking for him.
All right. Well, maybe instead we could go have a scene off screen about trying to get a boat, because I imagine we're kind of blacklisted for boats right now, but I don't know how we're gonna get to Gautera.
Maybe we can see if we can find I heard that there was this thing. No, magic. I mean, there's a lot of magic in this area. Maybe there's a big foldable boat of some sort that might help.
There's so many wizards in this area. Maybe there's a wizard that knows teleport, and they could teleport us, probably for a big fee though.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure. I haven't identified it yet, but you remember the name of that item called the World Traveler's Map? I'm pretty sure that will be useful.
Oh.
Maybe we should just go get some tea.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. Let's go get some tea.
Go get tea.
All right. Start with.
I'll wait for my scene to come back.
I don't know. I was trying to have it be a nice 3-3 split, and then it went 3-2-1 split, and then it went 2-1-2-1 split. So great job, guys.
No, you never split the party. All right. So Artuk and
And
Barney,
Ebenezer.
who would like to go next? The duo or Morak? Or are you guys going to split up suddenly as soon as you get back?
Yeah, as soon as they leave, Barnes goes, Artok, fuck you, and leaves.
Yeah, naturally.
No.
Artuk is going to step aside, actually, notably aside from both Sunny and, I mean, this gives the Sunny Zeka combo nicely, but from Sunny and over into the least green, nice area that he can find, and beckon Byron along with him.
Yeah, Byron will. He won't even need you to beckon. He'll just go with you
Maybe
as you walk away.
rocky area.
Yeah, if there's a creek or something, or a river, if there's any kind of rocky beach along it or something like that, where I'm literally sitting on rocks and there is not plants. Um, anything like that, but the closest to that I can find. Um, but I'm gonna walk over there with Byron, and once sort of suitably there, I I'm worried about. Sorry, that hi Byron. By the way, I didn't mean to just mysteriously beckon you over, and not talk to you on the way here, and then drop this on you. But
Well, I mean, I've got questions for you too. It's kind of hard. This is a heavy time. We don't want to just come in and just like come start swinging. So, like, hi, how you doing? It's good to see you. That was a really cool, little ritual. It's a shame it didn't work out well, but good to see you.
you too. It's been better, but we're breathing.
Sure.
Why is small talk so awkward, even when you've known a person for like a long time? Anyway,
Well, it just feels like we're beating around the bush. Like we
yeah.
both have things we want to talk about, and
Wait, there's bushes around. We need to. Oh, there was
oh no.
idiom. Right.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
I was trying to avoid bushes.
So good,
Um,
so good. I figured.
regardless, right. I was worried. I oh man, I don't.
Sorry, I took up smoking while I was
Yeah,
gone.
naturally, it might be pollen. If there's pollen in the air, we probably should move too. Actually, no. I'm worried about where
Funny.
we're about. Oh, that too. I'm worried about a lot of things, honestly, but I'm worried about where we're headed next and what I'm going to be able to do to help. Because I know I can rely on all you guys, but whatever this is going to be, it's going to include me pretty strongly. And as it stands, I've been worried to even let a little magic out, and without a little magic, I don't have a whole lot that I can do to help. Um, I guess
Hmm.
towards that end, um, I don't know. I wanted to get your opinion at least. Do you think I feel in control again? I feel better than I did before that, honestly. It's not as bad the pressure anymore. It's lighter. It's not gone by any means, but it's lighter than it was. That would suggest that I probably would be able to control it if I let loose again, as long as I didn't go all out or something like that. I think I hope I could cast and help and stuff without causing a problem again. But after that last bit, I don't know if that's irresponsible of me to try. What do you figure? Is it irresponsible of me not to help, or irresponsible of me to try to help, or both?
Unfortunately, I think it's a little bit of both. I He'll kind of look back over towards Zeka and go, and Sonny just go, I'm not sure how Zeka would take seeing you use magic, and I'm not sure how your magic will interact with Sonny.
Both valid things I'm worried about.
But at the same time, sometimes we need another body, and you are a powerful body.
Yeah, that's the other side of the worry. It's I know I help when I'm in control of it. I've seen it. I know that, I felt good when I've been able to help like that. I don't want to not help, but I also don't want to make it worse by trying to help like I did last time.
Um, well, we could always slowly ease our way into it, kind of play it by ear, see how things are interacting with each other.
Yeah? Should
If
I
things start to go south, we just stop.
should I try something?
Maybe just a little something.
The other thing I wondered was, before the blight ever came on, I was not nearly the caster I am now, obviously, but I was a caster, and I was able to do it by my own, well, not my own power. I, borrowed from the nature around me the way that druids do. But I kind of lost that when the blight came on and I lost my connection around. I wonder if I'm stronger now, if I might be able to channel a little of what used to be there. Maybe not as strong as what I can do with it, but maybe a little.
That would definitely be a good place to try to pull from, because it's so antithetical to the blight itself.
Sure. All right. Um, well, I guess that's the first thing to try because that doesn't cause any weird blight interactions at the very least. If it works, and if it doesn't work, it just doesn't do anything.
Right.
Okay. Artuk is going to without channeling the blight, while still trying to hold the blight back like he uses most of his magic to do. I want to. What was that?
Doing the key method.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother.
That's 100% what I want to try. And I want to try to channel that and use it to just do like a cantrip, just like make a thorn whip, not even a whip, like a vine, make a vine grow.
Not starting with Druidcraft.
I don't know. I don't have Druidcraft.
Thorn whip.
You don't
I
have
don't.
Druid?
No, it didn't make any sense when I made this character to take
Yeah,
Druidcraft.
so like,
Oh, so you mean? Oh, yeah. I guess I don't have to go for my spell list if I'm trying that. Old Artuck would have known how to Druidcraft.
yeah, that's what I'm
Do
saying.
you want to try Druidcraft?
Artuck would like to try Druidcraft, and it might be weaker than tapping into his normal magic because I'm expending as much energy as I always do to hold back. But maybe I'm strong enough now, and this is Artuck's thought process. Maybe I'm strong enough now to hold back and use a little bit of what's left.
Okay. So just to be clear, per Ode's kind of suggestion, you're trying to hold within your mind both the allow the natural energies to kind of empower your magic as they did before the blight through this druidcraft, while also holding the blight back. And you are not trying to kind of release the blight at all to do this magic. You want this to just be pure natural energy, right?
Yeah, up until now, casting magic has all of my magical energy has needed to be spent to hold the blight back and in. And so I haven't had any energy to cast anywhere else. And the only way I've been able to cast anything is by letting loose a little from the blight, which lets the blight out, but also lets me use my energy. Here I want to try hold the fort and be a little stronger than that too. Just a druidcraft stronger.
Okay. I want you to make a wisdom save with advantage, as well as whatever your spellcasting ability modifier, a check for that with disadvantage.
All right. Wisdom save at advantage.
Yes, and you're doing
Is
a cantrip, right? Okay.
Yep, is a 25.
God damn.
Disadvantage on a wisdom check.
What
Oh
you meant,
boy.
David?
Well, it's your wisdom mod and your proficiency. I just can't remember the term for that.
So my spell attack modifier.
Attack?
Spell attack. I just didn't want to. Saying spell attack was an odd way to phrase it.
You can't actually just roll a pure spell attack modifier, so I'm just gonna roll my wisdom save again because it's the same modifier.
Okay, and this one is disadvantage.
This is disadvantage. Natural 1.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yo, +9? Goddamn.
I do. It's proficient plus a +5.
Artuk, as you as you look around, you are very much bereft of any natural life right now, by design. So you reach into the ground and find just a bit of kind of just a bit of kind of somewhat rocky dirt. And I imagine it takes the form of you kind of scoop it in your hand, kind of cover it, and then just kind of focus your intent. Try to just feel the natural energies around you and envelop you. Allow them back into you. As you do feel for just a little bit that persistent influence of the blight act upon you. You feel it. It is weaker than it has been in a very long time, possibly since this whole thing started. And with that, you feel remarkably empowered to push it back, to stop it from being around you in any way whatsoever. You feel so good that you are able to keep it back. But maybe it's because you are so terrified of letting it get loose again. Your concentration seems to fall firmly on that. As you kind of try to channel that natural energy into it, you kind of remove your hand and it is still just a bunch of dirt. It doesn't seem to have had any impact. If you would like, roll just a d20 for me, actually.
Sure. Let's roll. 1d20. 17.
I'll say with that, you're not sure whether it was whether it was you were too like not too paranoid, but like so much of your attention was focused on keeping the blight at bay that you kind of didn't you were so scared of it getting out you weren't really accepting it in. That might be a lead. If you wanted to try again, you could. You would just repeat the wisdom save, repeat the spell attack. Just it would be straight rolls this time if you wanted to, but you feel very firmly the blight was kept out. But with that, no natural magic emerged. If you wanted to try again, though, you could.
Byron, I tried what Ode tried to teach me, and
All right.
I feel like it's close, but it didn't work. I can't get my mind off it. I'm almost there, but honestly, it Ode helped a lot there. That was, what she said that has gotten me even to here. The two of you together have been a big part of what's gotten me through all this. I could, along with Ode's words, use a couple of encouraging ones from you. If you'd be willing to, do what you do best there.
We'll try to perhaps
not-
inspire.
I think one thing I wanted Ode to have told Byron was like maybe as a bard you might have a better sense of magic. I think I might have said that, but just if you would like magical advice as well. Sorry to interject myself there.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys could have asked the magic expert and Morak.
True.
Everyone forgets. He's just so good at it. With his 4 spells.
Sorry.
That's fine. I get it.
He's the presumptive Grand Wizard of Cathartes. Let's not put some disrespect on him.
It's true. 2 more spells than the High Mage of Cathartes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what Ode told her. I'm sure, more meditative things, channeling the way, energy flows through you. And my words of encouragement and advice aren't for that. It's more for the emotional side. I know whenever I was first starting to use the chaos magic, I was afraid of it. It felt like it was something completely uncontrollable and something that could fly out and hurt everyone I cared about and everyone around me. I feel like you can kind of feel that.
Bad.
But I realized at the end of the day, being afraid of something gives it more power than just accepting that you are the one in control. There are times when I cast, my big old stupid stinking black hole and I'm scared. But I just take a deep breath. I know that I'm the one in control. And I just release. The deep breath is big, your heart starts battering really fast and you just go,
Sure.
just really
That's-
centers you. So try that. Remember that it's you, you're in control, and we all have faith and trust you. And he'll
Alright.
kind of grab Artuk by the back of the neck, put his forehead on him and go, hey, you've got this. And then tap. And with that tap, he will actually give him a fortune's favor.
Okay.
That's very good.
Right.
Gain a luck point for a reroll. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Byron. With all of y'all, Ode and you and everybody else too. I'm gonna give it one more shot.
Okay. With that, before you do that though, Byron, take a point of inspiration. 2, Artuk, you didn't feel a strict magic in the sense of a spell from Byron. But his points, especially as it relates to fear and fearing something that like you are in control of ostensibly, that gets to you. Go ahead and take a Byron, what's your bardic inspiration?
It is a D8, I believe, still.
You take a D8 of bardic inspiration as well, because Byron made a real damn inspiring point. So everyone?
Bye.
All right. So, what's the status of these rolls, David, as far as advantages
So it
go?
will be a wisdom save
Yep.
straight, and it will be a wisdom save straight. You have
Sure.
a bardic inspiration to use you have an inherent bardic inspiration from Byron, and you have a
They say a luck point.
okay, and one luck point as well to use as you decide.
Wait, does Fortune's Favor expend the pearl?
You just need it to cast it initially. He has that in the form of
I was
the
like, wow, oh my gosh, this
I know.
really matters.
Yeah. I treat that
Right.
as the
Chaos Orb.
I see. Cool.
All right. Starting with a wisdom saving throw. I'll take the
Wow.
natural 27.
Jeez.
And then from the saving throw to the check, I'll throw the bardic inspiration on it. Well, it's 26.
that's
I
good.
think you weren't relying on it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a free one anyway, but that kind of same. You know what? Artuk.
Mhm.
Once again, you feel very confident. The blight is certainly it is if it isn't weaker, you are stronger compared to it in this moment. You feel good about that. And with Byron's reassurances, you feel capable of focusing on accepting the natural magics into you. As you do, you are aware immediately that kind of that focus, it's like the blight almost like begins, but it isn't able to get any traction. Like even passively, your mind feels stronger than it in this moment. What does this look like as you accept some of this natural magic back into you for the first time in probably for you close to a year? Probably
I
closer to a year and a half, actually, now that I think, oh god. Yeah, a year and a
Yeah.
half.
um I take a deep breath and I focus through and I think about what both of them have told me for this and the advice from both of them. And I think about all of them and I use that to sort of take my mind off of just holding and start thinking about two things at once. First, it's holding the blight in and thinking of my friends and thinking of the stuff that they've helped me with and they've told me. And that second thought, I take it and I think about other positive things I felt over the past year and a half. I think about the um, the people that we've helped along the way. I think about the sites that I've seen and the things that I've learned leaving home and the ways that I've grown and actually gotten to experience things that are beyond the strength that I originally had. And I think of the garden in the dreams that I was having. And as I think about the garden, I think about one pot in the garden, one single plant. I don't need to focus on the whole thing, just one, just make something come out. And in my hands, Byron watches as the soil sort of looks like it's losing moisture for a second before seeming to shake and shape in my hand. And at first, it looks like it's just the soil being, kind of pushed around by my hands. But in a way that my hands couldn't possibly be doing, the soil starts to grow up in a stem, and the stem starts to open into a bud, and the bud starts to open into a flower. And a single forget me not in my hand, just one little flower, opens up without a trace of blight on it.
There you go, lad.
I like very gently put the forget me not down and then just fucking hug Byron. Like
Byron
it,
give him this
it worked. It fucking worked, man. It worked. Fuck yeah.
I knew you had it in you. And he'll just give him a hard squeeze and a pat on the back.
Ah, it did it. That wasn't the blight at all. That was me. I did that. I haven't done that in Haven't done that in a long time, Byron. Thank you.
Of course. We're always here to help you, every step of the way.
Artuk, as this happens, as you celebrate, it's a small thing. It's just a familiar, as you were holding the forget-me-not, it's just a familiar warmth, kind of at your fingertips as you were touching it, and persisting even now. Not burning, just comforting. And you realize it's just been a very long time since you felt that. This kind of embrace, the physical feeling of accepting this natural energy. And not only just accepting it, letting it pass through you. It always had this just kind of reassurance to it, for lack of a better word. And you swear you didn't even realize quite how long it had been gone, how long you hadn't thought of this. And it's just this reassurance that feels familiar, and it just strikes you at how you hadn't had it for so long. Like in casting spells, it was so much release that you just feel good. You feel simply good.
It's you ever feel like you were worrying really, really hard about something, and then the something just like went away, or it was, it wasn't a problem after all. The person you were talking to didn't actually hate you. The thing that you were worried about was going to go terrible went just fine, and you realize that it was silly to worry about, and it's just super nice to not have it on your shoulders after that.
More times than I
That's
could count.
I feel a lot like that right now. Nothing went away, but it feels like something did.
Brian will give him another, just kind of hug and squeeze him and go, good. I'm happy to hear. Now, unfortunately, I do have a question for you
Yeah.
that may bring down the mood a little bit.
I owe you that much. Hit me.
He'll look back at Sonny and go, look back. So Sonny is saying that he'll let himself die before the blight can get to his core. What will happen then? You know this blight better than the rest of us.
If Sonny dies and the Blight's just there in his corpse,
More or less.
um, so the Blight can't do a whole lot with corpses. I mean, it can animate them for a little bit, but the Blight sort of eats away the essence of whatever's there until there's no essence left there, and then it just drops dead. That's, it wants to spread, it wants to harness more things that have power to them like that. Corpses help it a little, but it grows and then it dies because there wasn't a whole lot there to sustain it. If he actually died, I mean, you saw what happened when he killed me in the middle of fighting all y'all. When I died, the blight couldn't sustain itself anymore and it went away, at least retracted. If he does manage to die without the blight taking control, he's right as far as I can think. It's not like he's gonna burst into a monster because there's nothing there for it to burst with.
Or, it take over his core and be able to control his body.
I think
Even if
what
he doesn't become a monster, just say controlling his body.
I think that what he's saying is he wants to make sure that if that ever gets to the point where he feels like it's going to take the core, he just wants the core shut down before it can get in. And if he's saying he can do that, I mean, I'm a trust and believe him on that one. Uh, I think that he seems pretty capable of shutting himself off before it could do anything like that. And if he's shut off, it can't do anything.
Right. I just don't want Zeka's going through a lot already with all of this.
Yeah, no, I get you.
This is wearing on him. Probably more than we could all ever see. And I don't want him to. Well, he's already having to deal with the fact that his best friend died. He tried to bring him back. It was incomplete. And I would hate for his best friend to die again in his arms, only to come back as a monster that
Yeah.
he has to help us kill.
Yeah, I agree.
The mental scarring with that would be probably impossible to heal.
Yeah, let's get this shit dealt with soon. I feel right this very moment more than I have in a long time that we can do that. Let's go get it done.
I'd
Thanks,
agree.
Byron.
Of course. Also, speaking of mental scarring and how it's affecting Zeka, is it just me or is he getting more violent? I'm getting a little concerned.
You
That's
know,
also part of why I'm like, we should make sure that nothing else goes wrong with Sunny.
yeah,
I
you
don't
know,
want him to get worse.
let's maybe talk to him about that after all this is done.
Yeah, it's a little concerning.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, let's go back to the light stuff, though. You know, you got back to magic, yeah. And let's, just over to the other guy.
Whoop. And
Brandon
okay.
did himself so quickly. He was like, "My scene's done. Back to eating my soup."
Soup. Morak, I suppose. What are
Okay.
it's 1:30 in the morning in the Naked City. As you stalk the crowds, you see
Send
the
us to
arm-
steal the arm and him to talk to Ebenezer. The world will never know.
You know, that's actually kind of fair.
You stalk down the alleys. You see
Well,
every type of
okay.
scum and villain possible, and then you
Right.
see street performers doing some juggling. It seems like in the aftermath of the gauntlet, there's not an official parade, but just like people kind of just doing street celebrations. So like half-drunk people like stumbling their way back to their assorted homes and apartments. Just people just going out. The bars are making a killing tonight.
Okay, so now rethinking it, it probably would have been better for the other two to take the arm. But we're here now, Morak. You can do this. You have a plan. You definitely have a plan. Where the hell would 3 Goliath be?
So okay, hold on. Just as a
Fine,
thing, you didn't give it to
You
the
see
Goliath.
a bar that says "bar open to everyone," but specifically tailored towards Goliaths.
So you
Yeah,
didn't give
I
it to the
see.
Goliath.
No,
you
don't
gave it
tell
to the
him.
other
Don't-
party.
Don't tell him who he gave it to.
So
Okay.
it was the Goliaths, right?
Nope.
Which one
Oh.
was it?
The other party, the cookie cutter adventuring crew. Please no owlbears.
Oh, please no bugbear. I thought please no bugbears was the Goliaths.
No, they were the brothers Kaminsky who lost.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we introduced so many of them at once.
There were a lot.
Instead,
Don't
you
worry,
said
Midnight Dawn
Robert
is
Paul-
all dead
Red
though.
Riding Hoods.
Okay, so there's 2 taverns here. One feels like a very cookie cutter adventure party. The other one says Chicago in it.
Is that
Morak goes to the
see some
Chicago.
random civilians? Some random people like Plaz is like, is that? It's Morak Dustmane! Hey, get in here! They start pulling you in. Hey, look, it's this guy. Oh, he was one of the guys to defeat Valaris. Oh, let me get you a drink, my man. And just like a whole bunch of like sloppy people. You also do notice 10 feet away, they're like, oh, hey, you're no last Nam Gavin. They've grabbed a random halfling. It is not Kezia. You know it is not Kezia because they are holding a sword, not a bow. But they're dragging. Oh, come on, let's get you. These people.
Also, I would know it's not Kezia because it's not Kezia. I did. It's not the weapon that makes it clear to me.
He's not that racist. You can tell the halflings.
Yeah, I know that this is just another short person.
Come on.
Okay. Well, so which bar am I in now?
Which one did you let them drag you
I
to?
wanted to go to the Chicago one.
All right. As
Actually, to change your plans. I was
I'm
kidding.
joking.
Oh, okay.
As you head into the Chicago Express, you see, oh, so many drinks. This place is packed right now, and not probably violating a couple of fire codes because there are people just ordering drinks and like, ah, come on, hey, this one's for Morak. You see them introducing another unaffiliated orc who just is like wearing like like suspenders and stuff, and he's just like trying to have a drink, and he's like. Just like getting actually bothered by everyone giving him attention. He's like, I just got off my second shift.
Morak will go get an ale at the bar. Put a silver down or something. I don't know how much an ale costs. Puts enough down for an ale, takes it, and then looks around the bar to see if any interesting characters that he might know are at the Chicago bar specifically.
Roll perception for me real quick.
God damn it. The ale hit him hard. He's still looking directly at the bar.
As you like turn around, you see these guys just like, oh, that's not enough. Grab your drink and just throw it into the crowd, and then just force a bottle down like into your mouth. You're like, what the fuck? As it is low quality tequila.
He's trying to scan for Ebenezer as he's doing a
Yes.
Yeah, yes, they're forcing you to do a keg stand as you're trying to like scan the environment. Every time you turn, though, they're like, "Oh, get him some more. This man's thirsty." Make a con save for me.
Emerson!
It's like, oh, that guy kind of looks like Ebenezer, but far too upside down to be Ebenezer.
This is all human ale. This means nothing to me.
Yeah, this is like 6.5%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nothing.
4%. So it's tap water.
Yes.
They're
yeah.
giving you
That's what
tap
it's what you give babies in Catharsis. So Morax just after getting down from the headstand on the keg, he looks around to try to find an old man.
Yeah, you
Well, canonically, he's not. He's just trying to see if he can recognize the adventuring party, and hopefully he finds Ebenezer at the bar.
Can you describe any member of that other adventuring party?
Well, they look like
Can
typically
you
brown,
name anything about them?
brown leather armor, typically like medium length brown hair.
Also, David,
Probably
in
a
fairness
elf?
to us, our characters saw them 3 hours ago. We saw them, not seeing them at all, having them a fiction of our mind 3 months ago. So
Yes. Probably an elf with a bow. There's
Okay,
probably
you actually got
a
one. So
dwarf
there you
with
go.
a
there's
hammer.
a wizard, there's definitely
There's a wizard with a long beard, and then a fighter with brown leather armor, and then short length, like floppy hair, like Aragorn. I'm describing the most generic adventurer party possible.
You actually do see Team Please No Owlbears described thusly. Exactly. You got it in one. God, your memory's perfect. And next to them, you actually do see Ebenezer. Ebenezer appears to be wearing a different outfit. Before, he was wearing like this all black. But he was looking like Ebenezer Scrooge from Muppets Christmas Carol. Now he's wearing this all white outfit. It's like almost like a Colonel Sanders-esque suit. as he is sat there just chatting amongst the fellows.
Hey, Ebenezer, long time no see. How are you doing?
Oh, well, if it isn't my good friend,
Morak
Morak.
Tuskbane. Yes.
Morak Tuskbane, yes, of course. And he kind of like swivels on his bar stool and like, he kind of like, you know, does like a half stand where he's like his butt's still on the seat, but his feet are now on the ground. And he like, you know, kind of gives you like the arm to arm shake.
Yes. Anyway, and Morak will get like close to him to kind of whisper to him and is like, "Hey, so we have kind of a situation. I felt like we kind of had somewhat of a brotherhood in the gladiatorial match earlier, and I was wondering if you would like to join me on an adventure."
How many people? Ebenezer's here with the Please No
The four
Owlbears
members
guys.
of Team Please No Bugbears, as well as
Oh,
just
Please No
assorted crowds that are like, at this point, probably 230. It is not slowing down, you're noticing. It is not slowing down
Okay.
at all.
How packed is the bar?
Think outer in on a
Okay.
Thursday at night at about midnight.
I have a very distinct mental image of this now.
Or is it
I'm
more of
gonna
a
do-
blurry image?
This and see 15.
Also, Eric,
okay,
check your
that's pretty
GM.
good. Check my dungeon master. Okay.
check your dungeon master before you wreck your dungeon master.
Yes, to join you on an adventure, you say? Where to? Well, first of all, let's talk about this over a drink. And he like snaps his fingers towards the bartender. Another, a round for me and for my friend. Give us a. Ooh, what do you drink, Morak?
Well, typically I choose wine personally, but I'll when in when in catharsis, as my people say, like I'll drink whatever you got. What are you
Yes, two pan-galactic gargle blasters.
Oh, great! That sounds delightful.
See, after a minute or so, you see they actually bring out. There's an empty seat next to Ebenezer, with a coat thrown over it, and you see they actually bring out three: one for Morak, one for Ebenezer, one for this third seat.
Thank you, my good sir. So,
Morak.
Morak, yes, Morak. So, an adventure, you say? Well, where to? What for?
Yeah, so
When? What? Why? How? How many? How much?
keep your voice down a little bit. We're planning on going to Gautera. Now,
Gautera. I can't say I've ever been.
it's on the northeast. Well, assuming that Oberian has the same directional coordinates as the rest of the world, it's the northeast part of the main continent of Oberian, whatever it's called.
Oh yes.
Yes. And then we are planning on. There's a large forest there. We have some business to deal with. We have a friend with a curse.
Hey, Morak,
Typical stuff. A what?
Perception check, real quick.
I think the whole time Morak is saying this, Ebenezer is just like draining his pan-galactic gargle blaster. Just like the whole time Morak's talking, he's just like,
You don't notice anything yet, Morak.
Okay.
mm-hmm. Okay, something about a friend with a purse, or he was pursed.
A curse.
That's-
Curse. With a
Oh, a curse.
D.
I thought you were talking about some kind of slang for being robbed or something like that.
Yes,
A
yes,
curse.
yes. Remember how you
A
helped
curse,
us?
you say?
Remember how you helped us get that diamond so that we could revive our friend? We literally just did it like 2 hours ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Diamond,
So-
your friend, old.
So, needless to say, we did that, and it's not great. So we need some help to kind of end the cut because they're back now. You could meet him; it would be great. I'm sure you would love him. He's such a character.
Morak,
Oh, he sounds like quite the
you
character.
see taking a seat beside Ebenezer in his new outfit. You see Ebenezer in a black outfit, wearing his top hat.
Oh, my dear boy, Morak. Ah, it's so good to see you. I see you've met my dear friend here.
Oh, hello. Yes, I was a bit neglected during the actual showing. Sorry about that. I was supposed to pop up, but during wardrobing, I got a bit caught up during the finale. It is nice to meet you, though.
Yes, you remember that blood clone, as it were?
Yeah, yes.
Well, this is him. His name
Good
is
evening.
Ebenezer.
Good evening, Ebenezer. Lunchtime.
So,
Well, see you're hitting off quite well. Don't let me interrupt.
no, Ebenezer, could you please come to the seat?
Oh,
Adjacent.
certainly. And he
Well,
sits
actually,
down.
we don't need to say. I wanted to. You understand how this is confusing, right? This is quite embarrassing for me. I thought he was you. You guys look so similar. You're a great clone, by the way. I've seen many a clone in my day, and you are top-notch one.
It's been said that we could look like brothers, even.
Yes, yeah, very close. Anyways, and then Morak describes the thing to Ebenezer of needing help on this quest and adventure.
That does sound quite difficult indeed. So you're looking for money, fiscal support, or I could
honestly, we're looking
fire
for-
up for you.
Honestly, to be fair, Ebenezer, like, I've fought with a lot of people in my day, and we need muscle, and you're the best muscle we know around here.
You
And
see the
Ebenezer
clone
just
Ebenezer just kind of looks at his old man wiry frame. But you
Ebenezer
work
kind of
very hard. Have you looked particularly hard?
Not you, Ebenezer. This Ebenezer.
All right, I feel like as though I'm entitled to a part of this conversation.
It's fine. Ebenezer, anyway.
Ebenezer kind of sits back in his chair and he says, "Well, I must say I'm quite flattered. It's quite nice of you to think of me. But well, I must say I kind of got what I needed from this little journey, and it was a pleasure working with you and your party in the games. But quite frankly, I've got my own things to do. I've got uh, got my new friend here, and I've got to get back to the museum, and got things like that. I'm not exactly cut out for the adventuring life. I mean, look at me." And he kind of like gestures down at himself.
But you don't understand. Like, I understand that you might not think you're an adventurer, but as all like you met most of our group, we really don't fit that. Like look at please no owl bears over there. Like they're basically the ideal looking adventurer party, and we are nothing like that. But we're good at it, and we could use someone of your skill and expertise.
I think you're misunderstanding our point here. It's not a matter of that we could be useful. It's that why would we want to?
Well, I mean, your whole goal, Ebenezer, please stay out of this. I'm not talking to you. You're an actor.
Oh yeah, Chloe.
I don't want a fucking actor in the group. I want Ebenezer.
Not an
Well,
actor.
now.
Every ounce of him is in me, you fuck.
Not every ounce is
All right,
clearly right
let's
here.
not.
Right, I have more fashion sense than him. Sips of
Anyways.
Okay, Ebenezer, let's not say things we can't take back.
Anyway,
He's had a few. I do apologize, Morak.
yes,
But
yes.
quite frankly, he is right. I mean, at this point, I've got what I came here to get. And he kind of like pats his bag, his satchel, and quite frankly, I've got other projects I need to get onto. I sounds like a delightful romp traveling around, adventuring for you, but I'm about 30 years past my prime in that. But I'll tell you what. And he kind of like reaches into his satchel. And he like thinks for a moment, and he's like, "Now, I can't go with you, dear Morak. I've I'm not cut out for it, and I've got things I need to do. There are other artifacts that need gathered, and other matters of business that I need to attend to. But I think perhaps, well, maybe you can make better use of this than I can on your journey." And he reaches into his bag, and he like gestures for Morak to hold out his hand.
He does thusly.
And he takes something and he puts it in Morak's hand. It's a small ring with the delightful citrine fastened beautifully on top. Now you be careful with that. Don't lose that. It could bring you, well, I suppose it could bring you great happiness one day if you use it right. And like gives him a little wink.
I appreciate it, Ebenezer, and I'm sorry, Ebenezer, if I was a little bit rude. A lot of emotion coming up recently.
You're
But
resurrecting your friend, Sam.
yes. Anyways, Ebenezer, it was. I'm sorry that you can't come with us on this adventure, but I appreciate the time we had together. And Morak like gives him like an arm shake, a Cathartian arm shake. Like it's very much like the Predator arm shake, handshake. And then he leans down and says, "So, anyways, I know you don't want to go on this adventure with me, but you know how we kind of gave that arm, the robotic arm, warforged arm. Sorry, robots don't exist here. To
Just the
that
robot
group
arm.
over there. I'm supposed to
Yes.
help them figure out what it is. Do you think while I do that, you could
Hmm.
distract them for a little bit?
Um,
This is one more time. I'll buy you a few drinks."
distract them while you help them figure it out. I mean,
I mean, just get their attention for a little bit. Just talk to them, charm them like you typically do. Ebenezer, you can help out too.
He cracks his fingers. Of course. As a bit of a reconciliation of our rough conversation. One moment. He puts on his thing and starts heading over. Good evening, folks. Yes.
Can I institute a mechanic that's used in Blades in the Dark where here's the moment where we flash back to Ode and Kezia starting to stake out the tavern instead.
Absolutely.
Well, anyways, Morak's gonna sit up from a stool, go over to please no owlbears or bugbears. I forget. We've said both at this point.
We've gotten it wrong. You notice that they're in contention. You see on it they have a piece of paper in the list, and it's like owlbears 2, bugbears 2, 2 lines under each, and there's only 4 members of the group. Listen, we're gonna have to find some way to break this tie.
So, anyways, hey guys, it's me, Morak again. Do you want me to look at that arm for a little bit to figure out how it works? I can write down some notes so that you can use it. I know. I told you I'd help you out with that earlier.
Yeah, I thought I'm kind of expecting that to be a tomorrow thing, but he passes it. He puts it just on the table right there. Yeah, you really upsold this, and like, I'm pretty interested to see how this all works out.
Yeah. Anyways, so Morak's gonna add. Well. So actually, can we go to a booth? It's a little bit easier than doing it at the bar, just so I can have some time. I kind of have to like sit there and get a lot of notes out.
All right. They
All right,
moved the booth.
Morag will put it at a booth, sit down with it, put notes all over the table, and start sitting there and spending the next hour tuning with it.
Is this an attunement item?
Well, you said it was a weapon, so I
You
can.
trying to get this to work
I
so
see
you
what
can.
he's trying to do. I see it plainly.
You said it was a weapon, so I can do it as an Eldritch Knight.
Then it's not a question. It's not a question at all.
Okay.
Go ahead and just roll. I don't know.
It's just the class feature. If it's a weapon,
No,
I can attune to
Isn't
it.
a question of that. Roll an Arcana check, just for as you're kind of going over the notes. Yeah, they're drunk. That's good enough. They aren't paying that close of attention. Like, as you're going over and touching, being like, anyway, yes, so you'll load in the power cell into this. You do not want to, and kind of just adjusting the thumbs to form a scope. You're just very much holding it as you make your weapon bond with it. Oh, interesting. Okay. And you see the definitive, the most rogue there ever was, kind of picks it up, begins aiming down. Oh, that seems a bit dangerous. Puts it at their side. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to make a deal such as that.
Great. Do you want any of my notes that I wrote on it, or?
Don't worry. Points at the most wizard to ever wizard. They have keen mind. They'll remember literally all of it.
Cool. I'll just take it's just for my collection anyway. So, great
Wait,
doing business with you guys.
Ebenezer walks up at this point with 6 Pangalactic Goggle Blasters.
Good Ebenezer.
He's holding them all like this.
Also Ebenezer. This.
Yes, hello.
Hello. This one knows how to tell a joke. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, wait. No, I was talking to Ebenezer.
Pangalactic Goggle Blaster, anyone? I thought we might all celebrate together. And he kind of like slashes down and sits him. He scoots himself right into the booth.
To the winners of the gauntlet. To the winners of the gauntlet. Winners of the gauntlet.
And the survivors of the gauntlet. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, guys, so I have to get going. I have a little bit of a date planned after this, so I will see you later. Goodbye.
Farewell, Morak. Good luck. Safe
Okay.
travels.
As he leaves the bar, he's going to look for the nearest pickle barrel.
Yeah, you find a regulation pickle barrel outside.
Okay, are Kezia and Ode near it?
Are you
They're
guys?
in it.
Brenna, we don't have to say that we were staking out the.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Ode, are you comfortable being next to the pickle barrel?
Yeah, I'm hiding behind the pickle barrel.
I am inside the pickle barrel, as per what is previously stated by Kezia's
like-
character.
They're like the
Hey,
green
find
tubes in
You
Mario.
have to be a 34.
A 34?
Yeah, that's what I have for stealth right now.
Oh,
Well, I'm 34 years old.
Here, wait, actually, I want to roll my stealth. I want to roll.
Yeah.
What do I have to roll? Perception?
Yeah, you would have to roll perception.
Okay, cool. Sweet. I found him, right?
You walk
they're
right. You
35.
guys walk right.
I think he finds the pickle barrel that Kezia is hiding in and the Ode is hiding behind and can't see them.
And he just goes in and grabs the pickle.
You
Gherkin.
reach in because you see this armored hand like reach in.
I give a peckle.
You see her more like say, "Oh, thank you," and then just start biting it.
You're welcome.
A pretty good pickle.
I know, right?
This is a
Brett,
fucking
how'd you
Three
find
Stooges bit.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh, I was just eating these pickles that were talking back to me. Do you know what Kezia is?
I just stick my head up.
Oh shit!
I hand him another pickle.
Oh, you can't do that to me. You do this all the time. Oh. Oh, anyways, you guys were right. That Ebenezer was a dick.
All right.
Oh my
I feel
gosh.
justified.
I just talked to him for like 2 hours. Did you know that there's 2 of them now?
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, you want to see something cool I did? I did it because I thought of you guys and I was like, "Oh, I could do this," cuz in reality, hindsight 2020, I should have had you guys do this. But watch, and then he goes behind his back and then pulls out the robot arm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do we
So
need to
technically
run?
it's a weapon.
Do we need to run?
You hear that from inside the building.
Yeah, Kezia, you take it. Let's run.
Okay,
sorry.
I'm just gonna take it out and plug it.
Did you drop it? Did you leave it in that goddamn booth? You guys hear this as a massive argument erupts from behind you. You son of a bitch! Well,
You too.
that's taken care of. Wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. You sons
So
of
wait, you got the arm cannon and you talked to Ebenezer? Well,
Yeah.
no wonder we couldn't find him, and we looked so very hard.
Yeah, it turns out he was at this Chicago bar. I think he might have said something about it was really good, so we should assume that he was there. But yeah. Anyways, so we have this now. If you could attune, like not attune, that's what I do. If you could look at it and figure out what it does, I feel like it might be good for Byron.
Like-
Honestly, I feel like it might be useful for Byron.
I'm not going to lie. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm at like
Wait,
very hurt.
I already figured out what it does.
So there's like
I'm
20
sorry,
items.
I'm drunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're attuned to it. I didn't think about that.
I know what it does. I'll just give it to Byron. Hey, Grumsh. What does it do?
You need to sober up just a little bit.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm playing a drunk character also while I'm drunk.
Okay.
I need to
The
find
character bleed is
item.
real.
I assumed you guys wouldn't get it back.
Oh no, Adam.
That was really clever. I
Sorry,
would have
Matrix
waited
Nation.
until maybe we were out of town, but that's fine.
It's more fun.
As
isn't
you.
it?
Oh,
Oh,
that's-
wait, we're,
Oh.
Adam's getting blighted.
I just added it to the Roll20 as well as that. The Warforged arm rifle fitted over the user's forearm, a la Mega Man cannon. The user is able to cast the Eldritch Blast cantrip and add their Charisma modifier to damage rolls with
that's-
Eldritch Blast. So great, thanks, guys. Fuck.
That's really good.
I had a feeling that's what it did, and I was like, I need to get this back for Byron.
Yeah, Byron's getting a boost.
The left arm, by the way, it is on the left arm.
So you do have
I
to
did.
hit.
Do we want to go steal the crown of bestial tyrants?
Please.
Or do we want to do one singular solitary thing in this world that is not a negative karma action?
I'm good. I got a citrine ring. I put on the citrine ring. Do I feel any different?
You feel
Oh.
very.
You feel it.
You feel wettable. You feel
Oh,
as
nice.
though you feel
Wow.
like
Maybe a different state than Eric's at, huh?
what is going on with Adam? Hold on.
He's dying, just slowly.
We can
All right.
As you guys are walking away from the Chicago Inn, you hear over the growing hubbub from Please No Owlbears, you hear Ebenezer say, "No, wait. I've got it. A pizza, but deeper." Yeah?
Having stolen a Mega Man blaster for Byron, I'm just gonna say Kezia has gone down the line. Despite being very sleepy at 7 hit points and it being 2 a.m., she was not allowed to take a long rest until she finished identifying stuff. So she is currently conked the fuck out with a pile of magic items next to you guys. Like, she is, like, it's, you guys did not even get her a bed. She is, like, just on the floor, passed out. But, as I sent into the Discord, you guys have your assembled magic items. There's a good amount of them that are of interest, but most notably, and particular to you guys since you want to kind of get moving, is the World Travelers map, which, as I said, will allow you to teleport anywhere in the world. You just need to have all basically join hands, have one person pick a spot, and hold it there to confirm. Other than that, there's the fitted plate mail, which Morak would be interested in, the potion of polymorph, the Warforged arm rifle. We can go into all of that later. As far as business here, unless you all have stuff you specifically want to do, the only particular business that you guys have left is trying to do something with Mava if you want to. She is not, it is probably 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. She has not yet reached out. There is a debt of 1,100 gold if you so choose to pay that, if you decide to give her an item to make up for it, whatever approach you guys want to do. Or if you want to sell any of these magic items you guys just aren't interested in, I have prices for about what they are, and you guys could try to find that. But other than that, if you guys just want to get going, you are able to. It is just up to what you guys want to do before you leave Coral Point.
You're muted. You're just giving funny gestures.
I was muted, and B, do you guys remember this happened naturally? Yeah, I did this naturally to speak out of character. Wow, that's a throwback. But no, out of character. We got that hammer. None of us can fucking use that thing, and it's literally made for her. She was a cleric of the salt god.
Yes,
Sunny-
Can none of us use it? Because if one of us can use it,
I mean, I can use it.
it is it is functionally a maul. It is a attunement item, a brass maul with engravings to the god Salt on the head, which is her god, so definitely on brand. It is considered magical. It will deal, in addition to its normal damage, which is 2d6, an additional 1d8 of thunder damage, and once per day you can use it as a focus to cast the spell Thunder Wave. Not that it's cast through basically the item. But anyone who's proficient in martial weapons, so I mean Morak, I think Ode as well. Morak, Ode, Kezia might actually be able to. I don't know rogue proficiencies. I think Sunny actually can as well. Several of you can use this thing. It's just a matter of if you want to. I remember Morak it being a situation of, well, he could use it, but it would mean giving up his shield was really kind of the big trade-off for him.
Yeah, like Morak could use it.
monks don't inherently have proficiency in martial weapons.
I'm going to pull up from the player's handbook just to make sure.
I don't believe rogues will have proficiency in a maul either. They basically don't have proficiency in anything that's strength based.
Well, but they have a proficiency in a rapier, which is considered a martial weapon.
I
So
think it's a
I'm just gonna
special
double check.
proficiency for them. But Sonny's gonna
Yeah.
walk over to the massive pile of items and just look down at it.
What are all of these?
It was surprisingly difficult to get a diamond, and in trying to get a diamond, we acquired a lot of other things, most of them magical.
And you really got all of these, and you couldn't trade them or sell them for a diamond?
You, my friend, have never been to Coral Point.
Well, I suppose I haven't. Seems a little odd though, but
You would think that some of these would be able to be traded for a diamond, but no,
In
not
any
in Coral
sort of
Point.
any sensical world, some of these would be able to be traded for a diamond. But no, we kept trading these and other brilliant items for the opportunity to get a chance to get a diamond.
Yes, speaking of brilliant items, Byron, we got this back for you. And Kezia presents it. It's like, I feel like this might be of use to you.
Oh, thank you. And Byron will kind of look at it, look at Sunny, kind of lean over to Mark and be like, "Is this in bad taste?"
No, I think it's fine. And Morak gives him a very well written schematic of it and how it works.
Byron will look at it and go, looks like it just goes on my arm. I don't read the instructions. Just puts it on his arm.
It's frustrating that it works. It's frustrating, Morak, isn't it? That he's just ignoring it and he's like not entirely off. I did just look it up as well. Morak and Sonny, because has a soldier background, are the only people who are proficient with the maul. Wait, I'm gonna double check on Zeka as well, but I don't think that's hugely relevant.
I think
Sunny-
Zeka does, actually.
As a
You know,
cleric,
since
Yeah, I think it's
Sunny
only Sunny.
uses spells, it might be best for us to just give him them all and say go for it.
Sonny kind of like side eye looks at Byron holding the arm.
is that a left arm?
Byron will like stop putting his hand and be like, he'll kind of shoot a death glare at Mark for a second. This isn't in bad taste, and go, it is.
Oh, okay. I'm right-handed. That would never work.
Oh, all right, cool. Whew. And this, like, this wasn't like. No, I'm not gonna ask that question. It can only go poorly. I'm gonna put it on.
Do we want to divvy up the rest of these items and get the fuck out of here?
I mean, do you guys want to try to get square with Maeva and specifically her god, or do we not care?
Sonny is gonna walk over to the pile of stuff, and he is gonna pick up the maul.
I'm going to take this.
That answers that question.
Because sorry, out of character. I think we could try to sell the bident of weather and probably try to get 1,000 gold out of it if we want to. If we don't care,
Sonny
I don't
reaches
really
for the bident of weather as well.
I mean, that would probably be great for a sailor. If you want Ode, I would be down to bring this to Mava with you.
yeah, let's try it. I just think this Ruli and I, they're not gonna be happy with me for how long I've spent kind of being in a group, and I'm obviously gonna keep doing this. So I want to at least come back with not any gods specifically, not cool with me and this Ruli and I. I'm just gonna I'm gonna take that one. So I would take
Seems
the
reasonable.
bident of weather.
Cool. And you
As
just
long
have
as no one else feels like they could. Okay, cool.
Are you heading straight to Maeve with, or are you gonna try to sell it for enough to make the money back? Just as a point of clarity.
David, do you have a recommendation for whatever gets us done faster?
Oh, you find Mava. Oh, thank you. This is well. I could probably sell this. Thank you. Sorry for all that tension the last few days on account of most of my crew dying.
Sorry we ruined your boat and that your crew died.
It's fine. We can move on from this interaction.
Great.
To black.
Have a good life. And genuinely this time, not the way that I meant it when I said it to Banya.
You two, you know what? And she looks at you, Ode, and says, "When my ship is fixed, I'll only charge 50% tickets for you guys. That'll be in a few months, so don't come collecting on that just yet." And walks off.
Great. Thanks, guys. That just makes me be able to sleep at night.
You know, as we're doing this, as we just squared up with Banya.
Nope.
No,
Mava.
Mava. Well, speaking of Banya, do you think we should square up with her too? Do you think we should talk to her?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I'm good with that. Let's go.
That one
Leave that-
seems like it's been handled.
Leave that for the Ebenezers.
Okay.
Okay, let's quickly go down the list. Who wants everything?
Do you want to do that now or later?
So let's do it now.
Let's just rattle it
Yeah,
off
well.
for here.
Okay, maybe we can think of what Zeka or Kezia might want.
Zeka really wanted the potion.
Sure.
Oh, polymorph? Yeah, that makes sense.
We explicitly tried to trade that for things.
And Will didn't want to,
Will did
yeah.
not want to, so that's what he gets.
Okay.
I
Do you guys want to mark it down, or do you want me to mark it down? I've
You
got
put it down in Zeka's thing. I'll take. Okay, let's just start at 1.
I would love the Queen's Gambit. That sounds really fun.
Okay, you can have that.
All right.
I say we give Halfling luck to Ode, because since she like rolls the most handily out of anybody with the amount of punches she does, I feel like just a numbers wise, it would be the best for her.
I unfortunately, it's like having a power couple in Survivor. It means that you get to have 2 people who are like looking out for each other, which makes it unfair because I would also want me to have the Ring of Halfling Luck, but
I mean, strictly speaking, it's a good point.
No, it is.
The lazy step.
Lazy step
is worthless.
is worthless. I feel like Morak would have fun with it.
So that's not worthless.
We
That's
need to look into how many attunement items you have, Morag. This is why I wanted to bring this up, because I know you
Yeah,
saw
that's
the
Say Morag would
definitely
have
not
fun with it.
worthless.
If anyone else would have fun with it, then
Oh,
Morag
wait,
already
no.
called an item.
I mean, that's just
totally. Kezia should totally get that.
Why?
she doesn't have
Maybe
any
good
sort of
point.
engage
I
action.
feel like as a rogue sneaking, you could do a lot of
Oh, yeah,
cool
because
shit
she
Yeah.
can
with teleporting.
disengage. Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
disengaging, like for free,
Mhm.
right?
oh
Pretty much.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you send the list of items?
It's in
Talking
the
or whatever.
Discord. To give you a frame reference, it is you can. I'll also just to clarify, it's once per turn, but you can spend 10 feet of movement to teleport 10 feet of movement.
Did you?
Yeah, that's a free disengage. That's
Free?
amazing.
Sorry, what was that, Mary?
Did you realize that that's disengaging for free? Like,
I've
I
made
think
this
you're cool
item.
with
It's fine.
that. Okay.
Well,
Hey, David. David,
don't know if
think
this is
about
in
it.
character or not.
No, I've thought about it. I'm ready to accept this. I think it'll be a lot cooler if you guys can do cool shit.
Maybe we can
Um,
just see who could use that.
Yeah,
Can't
because
Kezia
Kezia
already disengage?
Yeah.
Yeah, with it seems. I mean, unless you can do something else with a bonus action, it seems.
Who
No, I mean, if
Ash.
she can disengage for free, she can hide for a bonus action and get advantage. So,
who
it'd be really useful for a rogue.
yeah.
it would be useful for a rogue for sure. The disengage thing makes it a little bit redundant on a rogue.
It would
Mm.
also be
Um,
useful for a caster, though.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
if
that.
someone gets up close to him.
Who also you have to think about who has the attunement slot because this is attunement.
Mhm.
Let's
come back to that one.
Yeah, let's come back to it.
David, I know. Am I attuned to the smoke grass, eat ass, kick ass thing?
No, I don't think that was an attunement one. Wait, is that the one that just is a telescoping pole? Telescoping? Oh, no, that's not attunement. That's just a good weapon.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the only attunement Morak has is to the mirror shield.
You also have the
Sure.
Lucky Rock. You just
All right.
Oh shit! I have a Lucky Rock, don't I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
That was from like one of the first sessions.
That was like session 3. It's just when you roll a natural 20, your next roll has advantage.
God
Have you
damn!
ever been using that?
And I have no fucking idea.
No, he is not.
I'm
No.
aware. That's why this is a chance for me to bring it up. This is why I want to like have all the items come back up so we all know what all it is and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I've broken this horrible game.
Ode has also has gotten a previous magical bonus of boosting her die for her monk thing, so I don't want it to feel like Ode's getting all the bonuses if we get to the end and someone wants something.
No.
You're good. Next is the World Travelers map. That's
I
gonna be
feel
a
like that's.
group thing. It has one
Yeah.
chart, so I don't think that's really.
I feel like it feels thematically appropriate that Morak carries it.
I'll put it there.
For the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, right.
That's a signed headshot.
Oh, that's in Sunny's chest
Yeah.
cabin.
Yeah, Sonny's already got that.
Thank goodness.
Fitted plate mail. It is an attunement item, once again. It is magically fitted plate mail that adjusts its size and appearance to the user. While always appearing as armor, you can basically cast. It's basically glamour armor. So you can make it look however you want as long as it still looks like armor. And also, it can be donned or doffed as a bonus action and disappears into a pocket dimension when you do.
Really good.
Obviously, Sonny should have this, so
Yeah.
he can take off his armor instead of spending the 45 hours or whatever to get.
Okay, Morak has no more attunement slots. I'll just say that.
Wait, how many things can you have attuned
No.
again? Is it 3?
3.
Very
Okay, I've got 1.
Ramkin's
Morak
bottomless flask. An ornate
Wait,
brass
Morak gets to
colored
play now,
flask
right?
that never runs out.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Question.
Yes.
Important question on the flask. What is in it?
Do you take a sip, Sonny?
I don't think that would matter.
I'll take a sip. Byron will take a sip out of it.
It seems like
chocolate milk.
not cheap whiskey, but not not high shelf stuff.
Yeah, it's not. It's bullet. It's bullet.
Actually, perfect perfect stand-in for it.
How quickly does it pour out?
Do you?
Oh, it's
you
thick.
it?
It's thick.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. It tastes like bullet, but it's thick.
It's kind of like when you literally like turn over like a water bottle. It's like it kind of like goes at first and it's kind of glugs for about 15 seconds, then it stops.
If we flip it up and back down?
Nothing. You also notice there's now a bit of whiskey on the floor.
This didn't seem like all that bottomless a flask.
You
Well,
know,
let's
maybe
have
you
it
should have
instead of
tried drinking it instead of just pouring it out, because then at least, you would have gotten to drink the whiskey.
Also, it might need to like recharge a little bit, Byron will let it sit for like a minute and then.
Yeah, bullet again in there.
It says that if it never runs out, there could still be a little bit in it, and you just need to but the little bit is just a few drops.
Fair. I feel like,
I mean-
if I was going to make a flask that never ran out, not that I can make anything magical, but I feel like it'd be so much more useful if I could just keep pouring it forever, because then, it would be mechanically nice to fill things with, but it feels like this has been specifically designed to be less useful than it could have been.
Well, then you'd have you'd be like creating matter, just endless amounts of matter. Wouldn't that be like a perpetual motion machine?
No, like the problem
Endless
is
energy.
the economy. That would just f up the economy.
Oh, that too.
Look, man, economics and perpetual motion are way above my pay grade and headspace. Anyway.
But either way, I'll just.
I feel like
Thank
we
you.
all understood where that was going.
Okay.
The Thunderball went over it already. Sonny has it.
Yep.
Crown of Bestial Tyrant. Ebenezer took that with him as he left, so
Yep.
he has that.
Potion of Polymorph is in the hands
Self-explanatory.
of Zeka.
The Cloak of Billowing. It billows spontaneously at your command.
Like I don't want to like Ode already has a cloak, so I feel like if it could billow on command, that would be pretty cool.
I think it's fair to say that all of us want this.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, for real.
And
Morak's fashionista and
It
him
should
wants
definitely
it.
take an attunement slot, David. What are you doing?
Absolutely not.
I would like to defer my claim to the Cloak of Billowing in gratitude for all of you bringing me back. Sort it out amongst yourselves.
I'll defer mine an apology.
Okay, well, Zeka and Kezia both say I should have it, so.
I mean, that's the majority of what's left.
Well, these 15 toothpicks that I have randomly in my bag, which, by the way, if anyone needs toothpicks, say that I should have it.
I mean,
Well, those
15
all-
is more than 3.
Well, I know. I remember why I have these 15 toothpicks. No, fuck you. I keep the toothpicks.
I remember why
Well,
you
I
have
guess you
them.
have no one saying it
Okay.
should be for you, Byron.
I've got this. And Ode kind of puts the cloak on Morak, gestures to him.
Morak poses and like kind of unbuttons his shirt a little bit
Okay, but
and is
takes it
billowing
off-
and
takes it-
also billowing the shirt, and you see his like good
Can
chest.
you roll a performance check?
That's bullshit because Byron rolls a better performance
Yep.
check.
I
It's
think
a
that's legit.
it's an automatic
roll,
20.
roll the check.
Hey, you chose your competition poorly.
No, I
Well,
chose
now-
being handsome.
I think there's perhaps only one way to sort this out. We cut the cloak in half, okay? And whichever one of you doesn't want it then gets it.
As Sunny is suggesting this, Ode unclasps the cloak from Morak and then puts it around Byron and gestures to him.
Byron will flap it, like do a Fabio hair flip, put his leg up on one thing, throw it back, do like the Captain
the
Morgan
thing.
pose as it's billowing.
That's our one thing. Don't put your foot on it.
Oh! Roll poor. He kicks the bucket and falls down. Goes, fuck, shit, that hurt.
Wow.
Ow, damn it.
For the moment before he kind of falls forward, you get the sense because his ability would have made it look better, but at that moment he kind of fumbles the delivery.
You see Morak, when you turn back to Morak, his eyes are glowing blue as if he used some psionics to knock them over.
He moved the barrel slightly forward, so he kicked it.
Like pulling out the seat of the chair just a little bit.
I'm happy with that because that means you rolled a 2. I rolled a 14.
I think the cloak is chosen.
I think so. You know, it's fair.
I agree.
There you go, Morak.
Thank you.
And then the Warforged Arm Rifle, which once again lets you cast Eldritch Blast and add your Charisma modifier.
Oh, I've already put that on, so.
Yeah, and it's in
Was
Byron.
anyone else wanting that? I even added it to my character sheet. I mentioned that I'm a war crime now. It's wonderful.
Grumsh, how chunky is it? Is it like a Hellboy arm, or is it like more of like a sleek thing?
Let me.
Yeah, do I have a Winter Soldier arm now?
Because I feel like Winter Soldier is too cool. I feel like it should
It's
be
just-
more of a Hellboy-esque arm.
It's just Samus's arm blaster.
Yeah, like just
No,
huge.
it's more like a Lego person's arm.
But without the hand.
It's literally like a bionicle arm. Where
It's
you just
definitely it's definitely more on the chunk. It is not sleek. Like Byron, honestly, having this on your arm is going to be a little bit of a workout because you're basically just put on a bunch of heavy arm and like you've got a grip on the inside to hold on to it, but like
freaking whole hand made out of metal.
you're basically just carrying a metal arm now all the time. So I'd say it's probably Samus arm cannon, but is probably the closest like point of reference for
Does
it.
it not have fingers? I thought it had fingers.
No, this because it specifically looks more like a Mega Man cannon.
You know, the problem is we have the image of Sunny has him shooting it out of his finger.
You do notice that it does have it does have a hand, but it's kind of popped up in the sense of like this acting as the scope. But
So can I like take it on and off like as a item interaction then?
you know like the Hulk, the big Hulk fists that have the little grip on the inside?
Is that?
It's basically like if you want to take it off, you just have to like, and then just kind of have it held there for a second. So it's an object interaction to take it off. It does take up your left hand slot.
Damn. Okay, so I'd have a hard time casting with it on.
Well, if you, yeah.
I have to, like, do this.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna actually add that to the item, and then I'll make handouts for all the shit later.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it takes an action. Any of my spells are going to take an action anyways, so I have to choose one or the other.
I mean, you also you have one free hand.
Oh, that's true. And all my my somatic stuff is just flipping people off.
So that leaves the gateway dagger, or not the gateway dagger, the lazy step, right?
Yep. Lazy
I-
step is the only thing that's left. It looks like.
I will say, not to argue myself in for something again, but it pairs kind of cool with the gateway dagger in that now I can teleport through any wall and then open a door so all of us can go through the wall.
Oh no.
Adam,
I
did you
think
find
go ahead.
another way
Oh,
to
talk.
have pass wall?
It's my favorite
Go
spell in the
ahead.
whole game.
Put it on. Let's see how you look.
The lazy step? Sure.
Mhm.
The way this looks is it's kind of just I didn't actually think of how this one would look.
Spurs. It's
They're just a
spurs.
real
yes,
worn out set of Reeboks.
They're
It's-
they're
it
spurs
is
that you put on your
spurs.
boots.
Yeah, it's 100% a set of spurs.
Wait, the spinny wheel kind, or like the old-fashioned, just like spike kind?
Spiky.
Ooh.
Or could it be Heelys? Hold on.
It's a pair of roller skates, but the ones that go over your shoe.
All
Where you
right,
just feel like you're gonna break your ankle when you're wearing them.
Adam, which one do you want? Do you want it to be spurs, over the shoe rollerblades, or
Heelys.
Heelys?
Heelys?
Feel like the Heelys idea is kind of hilarious.
You start gliding and you just disappear. What the
Yep.
fuck? All right, looks like Heelys.
Are you guys all cool with me having them though? I know I took 2 items, so I don't want to feel like I'm taking too many.
All of
I
Adam's
took
stuff
2
is
items as
terrible.
well.
Wait,
Did we
Yeah,
give
so did I.
real question? Did we give anything to Kezia?
No.
No. Oh yeah, we should give something to her.
I feel like if we're going to give anything to Kezia, it would be that.
I'm
So that
okay
would
with it if we want to make it more even for everybody.
Well, why don't we have you put it in your inventory for now so we can have a spot, and when Brenna's back, we can check it.
That's fair. Super fair.
And I was reading through the Ring of Halfling Luck. David, when it says it had after you can spend 4 charges to gain a divination die of a natural 1, I'm assuming that works like if someone else rolls, you can give them the natural 1.
yeah, you basically just after you get that, you just have a natural 1 banked to give to anyone you want for any circumstances you want. So if you're fighting a boss and they have it safe, pop a natural 1 on them.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. I would obviously have Ode use that for a situation where it seemed appropriate, not just to help out
Yeah.
Ode. But I think just to get a little metagamey, numbers wise, just whoever rolls the most is good to have this item.
Which is definitely owed.
Okay. I don't know if it was
I
on
like-
attack rolls or any rolls in general. So in case-
Every time you roll a natural 1.
Okay.
Unless you're doing some bullshit, you start trying to beat up just a bunch of rabbits. You just run into a field and start kicking in their ass.
Killing mud crabs to XP farm.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like the most a caster would roll in a turn is 2d20s. For you, it's literally on average, it's 4.
I just realized this is probably the single worst item to give to a halfling because they re-roll natural. Well, I guess technically they rolled a natural 1, so they have the chance to recover.
Oh, they could get a double charge. Nat 1, nat 1.
Either way, but yeah, it's literally just whatever it is. So if you're doing a skill check and it just does not go well, whatever.
Cool.
How does that work with inspiration? So, if you use inspiration to re-roll that, do you still get that charge or no?
Every time you roll a natural 1, so it doesn't matter what the end result. If you have advantage and you roll a natural 1 and then a natural 20, you just got a natural 1. So add a charge.
Cool.
Damn. Sounds like we need to start giving Ode a bunch of advantage on everything.
Yeah, I think we do,
Yeah.
actually. That sounds great.
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
I'll work on it.
Man, Ebenezer
Got a
would
new
be
magic
good.
item for you.
Oops. Got a new magic item for you. It just gives you advantage always on every roll.
Should we kill him?
It's the cloak of billowing.
Hey.
It gives you Yeah.
Hey,
Combined with the citrine
whoever
ring.
plays the barbarian next, Ode has to give him that ring.
Me. Okay, Ode looks at the assembled group and she says, Kezia and I are pretty beat after that. Can we leave now or can we leave in the morning?
I mean, we're on limited time, but also we need to be strong enough to handle what's coming next. So if we're going right there, we should be topped off, I think.
Every
agree with that.
hour might be my last, but I certainly don't want to go into a situation where we might die half-cocked. I say we need to rest.
I say we rest and we'll do this in the morning.
We can take a short rest.
I don't. I
No,
can do whatever.
I can take a short rest.
I'm okay
David,
with whatever.
I have my hit points written down. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what I ended the fight with. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just say. So sorry, I kind of lost it for a second. So it's like this is like in 3 a.m. You got all the identified stuff in this, and you guys are just and grab Mava. So you guys are deciding whether to teleport or take some degree of rest. Ode, I'm gonna just say where you were at. I'm gonna say you have, let's say, 18 hit points.
Okay.
Because I know you were low and then you got healed, but
You
then you got
totally should have had 23. This is bullshit.
Bro,
Hey, who has the same constitution as me?
Uh,
I think a lot of us.
D8 plus 5. Oh,
You should have
and
72.
I have a +2 to Constitution.
What's your
Yeah,
max
same.
HP?
Currently 79. I think it's correct though.
Cool. Because we're the same, so
We level up?
We're
no,
we're
you guys are
9.
still level 9.
Oh, then I forgot to add my additional HP because I'm also a D8 hit die with +2 to con. So I should be 79.
If somebody wants to cross check my 79, they can. But I think that's correct.
I literally think everybody has 79 except for Sunny and Morak.
I think Sunny, Morak, and Kezia. I think Kezia.
Kezia has a lower con. I'm
Oh, Kezia has a lower con. I forgot.
pretty sure hers is actually messed up though, so I'm gonna sort that out later.
Oh wait, no. How many levels did we get of max HP?
First 3.
3.
Ah, I fucked up my math there.
Level 9 druid with a modifier of 2.
78? Is that what you said?
I said 79.
I think we might have 72.
There we go. Okay.
It would
You
be
guys should have
66.
72.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I was definitely over.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Hey,
I was
no,
at,
it would be 8 plus your con for the
So
first
10.
3 levels, right?
So 30 plus 7 times 6.
Times 8.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
7
what?
times 8. It'd be 7 times 6. Because level 1, 2, and 3 were all 10.
yeah,
And
so
then
42 plus 30
4,
is 72.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I get 72
2,
as well.
3 were all 10.
And then the rest were all 7
Nine.
per level.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
72. I also got
72.
72.
Okay, sorry.
Yep, I had
I
accidentally done it one too many times. That's why I got 79. I added 7 one extra time.
Well, anyway. I need to rest for an hour.
I know that us spellcasters that aren't Morak, in order to get all of our spells back, we do have to take a full rest. And based off of my notes here, I do not have any of my high level spell slots.
Byron,
You
how did you use those? You
No.
weren't in the fight.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we took a rest before entering the what's
I
it called.
think you were
Yeah.
gone that session. Okay, Byron, I'll level with you. You are perfect right now.
Yeah,
I think
you're
you
topped
just
off.
You did not use the spell. I know I had to.
How
you
is
did not use a single spell during the pre-show or during that? So you
I
are
did.
at 100%.
How's Zeka? He's the only one because I'm fine. I didn't participate either. But
I
Zeka,
wasn't there for the last session either. He's probably fine.
Zeka used his disguised self, and that is it. and that's
Okay.
his like inherent one. So that he's
Also, guys, we're going to Gao Terra. We're gonna have a rest. We're not like we can't just go to.
I think we're trying to go to the forest.
Yeah, we can point
I think
where
we're
we
trying
want
to
on
go.
this map.
Yeah, I thought we were going like right there.
we can't. We don't know where in the forest we need to go.
I don't know where in the forest I need to go.
Do you know where it is on a map?
I mean, that's going to be the hardest part. Is I've never seen a map of my home before, but I get the feeling that now that I know what maps are, I can remember home and try to correlate.
You
I'll
know
have you
where
roll to figure it out.
you know where it is in relation to Gao Terra.
Yeah, I mean, I ran to Gauterra from where I came from, so I at least remember the trip.
Okay. I mean,
I'll have you roll probably a survival and a history check, Artuk, to see how precise you can get it. We'll come to that in just a little bit, but you like Galterra. At worst, you know you ran to Galterra, and you know the name of forest. So you can probably figure it out if you're there, but we'll sort of that in just a second. And the ghost that rules the world still watches over us.
Even though he's no longer going to be accurate. We have a
What?
new path.
Well, in either case, figure that out in just a second. Is there anything? So, Ode, I don't know why Morak is at full hit points.
I did it at the beginning of the session. I'm at 24.
Okay, just set yourself to that. Sunny, you're at 1 hit point. For obvious reasons. I'm going to go to the bathroom. If you guys would like to take a short rest before you go, or a long rest, it is entirely up to you. You will definitely have the access to wherever. I just pulled over to the world map. If you want to figure out, Gauterra is over here. I might clear out some of the scuff on this board in just a second, and then we can sort that out once I get back real quick.
David, once you're back, can you and I chat briefly in whispers?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
No.
Hey yo, so anyone want to go find Ebenezer to give us that good song of rest?
Hey.
Oh, I can give you that myself.
Oh yeah, but we want it from Ebenezer.
Yo!
Ebenezer's.
Yo,
Look.
knees. Yo,
Look, man.
knees, Meister.
Yo, knees.
All right, Ebenezer
Yo,
shows
knees.
up. Hold on, wait.
Man, come over here.
Guys,
Knees, twin brother, knees.
If I act quickly,
What?
Byron, you're great, but you can't do it with yourself.
I'm pulling up Ebenezer's thing. Okay, how do I? Let's see. There's not a wait.
Do you want to roll that D8?
You know, I was going to tell the story of the Shaggy Constable to like help you guys like have a nice like peaceful sleep. But if you guys are wanting Ebenezer, I'll just let you find him.
All right, I'm gonna roll the D8.
What do you wait? What? Why are you doing it?
Well, because Ebenezer. If I roll Ebenezer before David gets back, well,
David did say do whatever you want to do.
But Ebenezer just wanders over drunkenly and starts playing for you guys.
Dude, just have Ebenezer decide to come on the adventure.
It's me, Ebenezer. I'm here now.
I wish we could have metagamed that because I wouldn't have tried so hard to get you to join. It was like, I thought this is your new character, Eric. I thought Sunny was now an NPC. I did not know that your new character then became the NPC, and your old character that I thought was an NPC is now your main character again. No one told me shit.
No one told me. I thought I was being an asshole by leaving him, but I was like, ha ha ha, I'm so funny.
God, you guys, I'm right back, Dizzy, but it was so fucking funny hearing you guys say, let's just not. And I was like, oh, that kind of a neat bow on the whole thing, because he's not gonna come around looking. So, God,
It's just like we worked so hard to introduce that character seamlessly into the plot of he showed up.
he showed up. You guys offered him, hey, we can help you win this thing and give you something. Cool. And then he left after you guys did.
I think that was the most square relationship we've ever had with someone.
Honestly, it makes way more sense now that he's not actually a character in the party. when I thought it was a character in the party, I thought that was a really shitty introduction. But now that he isn't, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, honestly, that Mary was, I think, some of the karmic balance that you were talking about, where like he showed up, both parties benefited from this, and now they go their separate ways.
Next campaign, Ebenezer's gonna show up and just say, "I took a little bit of adventuring circuit. I once went on the Rocket Carniblast show. Oh yeah, how'd you do? Pretty well. I haven't really kept in touch with the teammates. You know, kind of a temporary thing, but you know, I'm sure they're doing well."
Just slowly give our dog a treat.
He's such a good boy. He deserves a treat. All right, here, I'll give him some of these
Still
treats.
waiting on Rose. Adam, you want to talk over in whispers for a sec?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You guys want to talk out of whispers for a sec?
Yeah.
I want to talk
Here.
about David as a DM and like, whoa.
Oh, I thought
Whoa.
that's what you meant by out of whispers.
You know he's just gonna get the audio of this later, right?
Yeah, I know.
Nah, he won't. He doesn't
Yes,
listen
he
to
got
it.
the zipper in the audio.
Let's give him some interesting audio then. Hi, David. We love you.
Hey, baby.
Inside of you, there are two wolves. The kissing.
Oh, jeez.
Eric is still drunk, isn't he?
I didn't expect that to be what the wolves did. It fucking got me.
So, I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna play tonight, but I think our like, I think we just gotta go take care of the blight. It's like that's like where we're at, right?
Yeah, I feel like
think so.
transporting into the middle of the woods will be kind of stressful initially because you know, we won't know where we're going.
See,
But-
I thought like we had to go to Gautera because he knew where to go from Gautera.
I think we did. That was motivating factor, but that's when we had to travel by boat. Because also, like, if we just got off in a random port town, I think he wouldn't know where we were, like, on the map as much.
I
Maybe.
have
See,
a
Gautera's
pretty good
not a port
feeling.
town. Gautera is distinctly not a port town, so I assume that we go to a port town, get to Gautera, and then he knows where to go. I just feel like
No.
oh,
I think
okay.
we're just using Gautera as, like, we're heading in that direction. When we
Okay.
told people, like, hey, we need to get to Gautera, it's like they'll, you know, be heading to this major city.
It's the major city near where we need to go.
It's like saying,
just-
hey, I need to get to Boston, when really you need to get to Washington, D.C. So it's like,
Yeah.
you just say
I guess it's
Boston.
just like our map. I'll be curious because it's like we need to go to this random location in the forest. So it's just like I feel like a map isn't that accurate.
Do you not think Archuk will be guided by the nature magic in our fantasy nature magic game?
No,
I was
because
gonna say,
I live in reality, Mary, where science exists and longitudinal and latitudinal coordinates matter.
no, this is a flat
Not
world.
indeed.
Longitude and latitude mean
Clearly,
nothing.
they've never mattered to David.
They don't matter in this game. He can just say
I think
they point to where we need to
It's
go.
so weird to me how the time, like, we literally just went through our list of magic items where someone got a robot arm that gave him special magic powers, and what trips you up is I point on the map to where we need to go, and we go there.
You
From
know,
magic
you know the
spell.
robot arm has rules, Mary.
This- Lord.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
it's like gravity, okay? We don't completely understand it, but
We drew this ghost to a purpose, and I'm angry that we're going against the ghost. How's he gonna feel?
point.
Going against the ghost, going mad.
What are you? What?
Seriously? Going against the grain, going insane,
That was a hard.
going mad.
I shamed myself.
Yeah.
Going against the ghost. Let's go make some toast.
David confirmed he's killing you all.
Yeah.
God, son of a bitch!
No, you can't redeem yourself. David is third wave DM, which is I want my players to die.
not my characters, my players.
Yeah.
He's got He's got a taste for blood now with Sunny dying.
It was like I saw a TikTok and it was like inexperienced DM. I don't want my characters to die. Like not
level 2 DM.
level 2 DM. I don't want my characters to die. Like experienced DM. I want my characters to die.
They deserve it.
Very experienced DM. I don't want my characters to die.
Yep.
Wow, David.
But-
David's just playing with himself and whispers.
Look, man, we all do it from time to time. I'm not going to judge him.
It's
Alright,
just
sure,
weird
sure.
that he's videotaping it, but none of us get to watch.
Yeah, it's just him and
Yeah.
Craig.
Because we're too cheap to pay for his OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but he's just putting it in Discord for free. But we're all like good enough citizens that we know that you can't download a car.
You wouldn't.
Downloading
You
cards.
wouldn't steal a TV.
You wouldn't download a TV.
Those commercials were like on every VHS tape I had.
We watched a DVD the other day and it had pre-movie commercials and I was like so giddy for it. It was so like such a throwback.
That's nostalgic as fuck.
Yeah.
Remember how like Disney VHSs used to like advertise other Disney VHSs, and you're like,
Yep.
oh my god.
And it was the kind where once the commercial started you couldn't even fast forward through it. Crazy.
Did they like start with the coming soon to DVD and video? Yes.
You ever see one of those
Man,
commercials?
it came out like only 6 years ago. That's the crazy thing.
I remember like watching like those watching like an old DVD or VHS at some point and seeing a commercial for a movie that I remember seeing the commercial for when I was younger and like I want to watch that and then never watched it and forgot about it. It's like, oh shit, dinosaurs? Yeah, I want to watch that.
Well, shit.
That's how I saw Surf Ninjas. It was always in a trailer for like TMNT 2 Secret of the Ooze. I was like, well, I want to watch this surfing ninja movie. It was garbage.
This guy, Rob Schneider, I'm sure he's going places.
Rob Schneider plays a teenage boy that is both a ninja that surfs.
Surf Ninja.
One of the
Alrighty.
funniest things in that movie was when Rob Schneider's character is like they like run away from these, bad ninjas, obviously. The main character, I think, like turns on the stove and like puts a fork in the microwave and sets a timer.
No, it
And then
was a
they're all run
candle
away.
in the microwave.
Okay, something like that.
It was
But
a candle in the
yeah.
oven. He turns on the gas in the oven, puts a candle in it.
Yeah, and Rob Schneider's they're all running away and he's like, "What? Why'd you do that? Like, what if it explodes?" And then like the house blows up and he's like, "Whoa, I've got this new power. Whenever I say, what if something happens, it happens. What if I lose this power?"
That's good. What all of the ninjas have powers. One, Rob Schneider ruins his power immediately. The second one is he has a Sega Game Gear that can like live reality, and he makes the villain of the movie that is played by who's the guy from Naked Gun and fucking
Leslie
Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen is the villain of Surf Ninjas. People forget this. He's a robot face, like half robot face, Phantom of the Opera style. And at one point, the little kid makes a Sega Game Gear make Leslie Nielsen grab his own balls and hurt himself. The movie is a real movie that was made in the 80s or 90s.
I say the 90s, that kind of explains it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
The way they save Ninja
never-
World is by singing Beach Boys.
Naturally.
We can get it for $10.29 new DVD on eBay.
New DVD is an oxymoron.
It's true.
Well, getting back to D&D, we'll come back to our ninjas topic later. Oh, speaking of.
Say kind of at the end of that conversation when Ode says like I need to rest for an hour and just saying that was good by everyone. I wanted Ode to kind of rouse awake. Okay. I wanted Otis to kind of rouse awake Kezia and make sure that Zaka was paying attention too. And say to everyone, All right. We're leaving in an hour. We're going to the forest south of Gautera to find that being that Artuk can talk to that'll direct us to how to get to the blight. And once we find that, we are not going to just get it out of Artuk and see if we can get it out of Sunny. We are going to do everything we can to destroy it. And we are going to destroy it. And Sunny, if you aren't able to come on this if you don't think it would be good for you, you don't have to come. But if it can help you at all, we want to get it out of you. And everyone else, I know you all want to help Artuk and Sunny, but you need to spend the next hour thinking about what you need to do for you as well, because this is I don't think we all realized when we got on the reliable guess the kind of risk that this would be. And if the past 10 days have done anything, it has instilled in us all the incredible risk that this will be. And so to do this, you need to be okay and thoughtful and aware that that is what the risk you're taking. And if you can't do that, we won't hold it against you. But I know that's what I'm doing, and I know that's what Artuk's doing. So make sure that that's what you're okay with. And Ode kind of walks away. And not too far away. She goes and just sits down.
Takes a little cat nap. Also, banger of speech, Mary. Great work.
Oh, thank you. I was like, well, how does Ode feel? This.
All right, everyone. We're about to attack Hoover Dam. Make sure you're good with your save file being loaded here. All right. We're in the end game now. But okay. Yeah. Morak, Ode, Kezia. I will text Kezia afterwards and have her perform the short rest as well. Sonny, you obviously need to take a short rest as well. So good luck.
So we're just short resting, not long resting.
This is.
I think we decided none of us need a long rest. I sure don't.
Yeah.
And fuck
All
you,
the
Sonny, for
casters are
asking.
actually at 100%, so it's just short rest, which really is what the marshals need, which is health. Make sure to add back Morak. I don't know how action surge, whether it's short or long rest. Ode, Keith, you all know all your stuff. So just start gearing up for that. I'm assuming during this time, Artuk, while they're doing that, are you looking over the map trying to make sure you understand where precisely it is?
That is exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at this map and I'm thinking about like where I grew up and like bodies of water, and I'm
Maybe
like,
Byron is helping him with like pointing out like features of a map. Like this is a tree. This is how they show trees on a map.
Yeah, and,
And-
reading town names.
and I also note that, you know, the inside of the forest itself is going to be hard to read because there's no way they mapped it well, because we wouldn't have let them get that far in. So, you know, I'm doing what I can from how they mapped the outskirts and like what they assumed would follow.
Okay. Then I would like you to Byron, are you helping with this?
Yes.
I would like you to make a survival check, Artuk. I would also like you to make the survival check first, then I'd like you to make a history check as well. Since Byron is helping you and kind of guiding you through it, it'll be a hard DC, but you don't have disadvantage.
Okay, for each one. My survival's great. My history is all right, and it's not all right. It's bad.
Just for the history. Actually, it's been a year and a half. No, I'm gonna say you have disadvantage on it because it's been a year and a half since you trekked through and you were in a kind of mad dash anyway. And then history will be neutral but a high DC.
Hey,
I
David,
will say,
just real quick, has it been an hour since I gave Artuk a little headbutt of "you got this, buddy"?
No, I'd say you guys, this is still within that time. So if you want to burn that luck point he gave you.
cool. And, you know, I'm a-okay if this is your call on it, but I will say, like, how do you get from your house to your high school, David? Like, the place you grew up is burned in your head pretty strong, even if you.
You didn't grow up in the outskirts. You grew up in there.
Oh,
like,
I see. Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's a-okay. Just making sure. So normal roll for survival, normal roll for history, but I have a luck point to spend at some point.
You have disadvantage on survival, normal for history, and the luck point. Sorry, Mary, were you saying something?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just for the Song of Rest, I'm assuming we don't actually get Ebenezer's Song of Rest.
No, but you can get Byron's.
Okay. And for rolling the Halfling Ring of Luck, is it on D20s or like
Natural ones.
I just rolled a 1 on a hit die.
No, it would only be on like D20s.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh my god. You just Ode suddenly decides to only use darts for a while, just or like a D1 weapon.
Like attacking everything, like attack this tree.
All right, so starting with survival at disadvantage, right?
Yes, sir.
Natural 1, I'll use my luck point. Feel like that's the right time to use one. Okay, so luck point on disadvantage roll, I just roll again with disadvantage. How does that work?
You just got one more roll.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, that's a good. I'm sure this has been asked.
Huh.
I need to read the wording on each, or just Google it. The player's handbook time. I'm not going to deprive you of the fun of flipping through the player's handbook here.
Just, huh. Because, like, advantage or I'm kind of shocked this hasn't come up before, or if it is, that we've forgotten it. Okay. Man, it's been a while since I've scrolled through. Alright, let's see.
It's been long enough that you call it scrolling.
Oh god. Oh god.
Sunny gives the
So it looks like just
thunderbolt
roll one additional die.
Okay, one more die, and luck is I can take this, or I guess it's gonna be better than a 1 no matter what it is.
It's basically you're gonna be taking whatever this one is.
Cool, sounds good. All right, here's my real survival roll.
No way.
Okay, roll
Oh
that
my
history
goodness.
check.
History
Should've
check it is,
freaking him the ring, good lord.
and a 5 on history.
wow.
I just rolled a 1, and a 6.
Wow,
On the
that's
Have
D20.
rough.
inspiration?
Alright.
No, I'll give you one of my inspirations. It's be like, oh, Artak, you're holding the map upside down.
That's literally what I'd have been doing to get it that bad.
Do you want to burn it on that survival or on the history?
I'd say
Survival.
survival. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Undo a natural 1, and I have a better chance of doing better. If this is a 1, fuck it.
It's the one we're just cursed.
21 on survival.
Hey.
Okay.
21 survival, 5 history.
Okay. History, I'll tackle the history first. Going through, you remember kind of making out like a bat out of hell from the forest up to Galterra. Along the way, you stopped at farms and such, and whether you've forgotten, you couldn't read, you probably didn't ask, you didn't speak the language for a lot of it. Any like landmarks of civilization, like following this road, stuff like that, it is entirely lost upon you. Just it's stuff you can't remember, and even with Byron's help, and he's pointing out the landmarks just fine, they just are lost to your mind. With the 21 of a survival, however, you do remember it was when you were initially fleeing the woods, it took you maybe a day and a half to actually from obviously your tribe is very nomadic, so it's kind of moving, but where it generally was kind of clusters around within kind of an inner crust in the forest, it took probably a day and a half of you booking it out while kind of evading as they pursued you. From there, making it into kind of the more rich farmland, which Galterra and its wider region is known for. It was probably like a solid 2-week journey, like between like stopping at the farmheads, getting rushed out of town, having to kind of take your time. Probably a collective 2-week or so journey to get to Galterra. From there, you can remember between Thane helping you in Galterra and just kind of picking things up on the way and just kind of, knowing the stars and such, you realize you went about north. With all that, you were going north primarily, northeast. Galterra is here on the map. With that information in mind, you do notice a semi-large forest. There's some kind of scattered woods all throughout the kind of eastern side of this peninsular part of the continent. There is a very large forest here, kind of north of Capra and these hills. It shows a little closer to sea than I mean for it to, but that's just because of the fact of the map. But that is where you are fairly confident that the Coragron forest is. Unfortunately, that one's just did not go labeled because it's largely unexplored. Byron isn't from the Orcish part, so he doesn't know the native forests on the Orcish half of the continent, which is why you weren't able to kind of pull that from history. But right about here, so you know approximately where it is.
All right. All
In the
right.
sense of you could probably pinpoint to where, say, Columbus or Cleveland is on the map. The nuances of the areas are a little harder, but once you get into it, based on your survival, you feel pretty confident you could then, like, once you're at the forest edge, you feel like you could, from one of there, kind of move back in a lot faster, and your senses would be a little sharper there.
Sure. All right. So I've got a general idea, at least, of the area. I can get us, a couple stones throws away. Um, it won't be right on, but it's hard to be right on because this map doesn't show my home quite right. We wouldn't let them get that close in to map it. Um, we might have to walk from there, but once we're in the forest, I'll know where to go. I grew up there. I can locate it pretty easy from what I see. Sound about right, everybody?
Yeah, I
Sounds good
think
to
that's
me.
the best plan we've got.
All right.
Kind of one of our better
Sounds
plans, actually.
Gotcha. Well, then the other thing that I'll note and mention here is that outsiders, trespassers are super not welcome in this forest at all. And my herd very diligently protects this area and is frankly, we fought a lot of things. There are still people in my herd who I would lose to in a fight. They are certainly strong. The elders especially are terrifying. There is not a soul that could hurt these woods because frankly speaking, you wouldn't get a day's travel into these woods before there was a pack of wolves that were also people that were also powerful mages on top of you. It's not super forgiving to folks like that. The nice thing, and I think, the thing that protects us best here is that while it's a detriment to me that I grew up in as strict of rules as I did, they follow the laws that they've sort of set amongst themselves pretty damn strict. And as it stands, you can't hurt another member of the herd or anyone they're protecting. So, I don't know where I lie with them anymore at this point. They chased me out. I literally walked in on them discussing killing me. But as it stands, my connection to the woods was never formally revoked or severed. I at least stand a fighting chance with arguing that you guys are under the protection of a druid of the woods. So as long as they're gonna, they'll at least take pause at me bringing that up. They're not gonna break one of their own rules that fast. They're, pretty damn strictly adhering to those. A last, I suppose, as Ode said before, a last chance because it's not just the danger of what y'all saw in the water, but even while we're walking through the woods there, we're not welcome guests, and the things that keep unwelcome guests out are pretty damn scary too. Y'all still in for this?
Of course.
yes.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Ode kind of smiles sadly at Sunny and says, "No killing any wild horses that we run into."
Yeah, they could well be people. That's not a good play. And
Sonny
even they
kinda
were,
like,
that's still not a good play.
Sonny kind of like pauses for a moment, and he like shifts the weight of the maul in his hand, and he looks around and he says,
We have bigger problems than horses now. But if I see a French horn, I cannot be held responsible for what I do.
I can honestly say I don't know what that is, and that probably means my herd doesn't either. I'm in. And I put my hands out to everyone holding the map for
You're
sending
gonna
things
have a
out.
French horn now for sure,
Actually,
and
come
it's gonna ruin everything.
come to think of it, David, I can't hold the map and hold hands at the same time. How do you intend your magic item to be used?
You put
One
your,
hand.
you put your
Oh,
finger
okay. I start the chain, and it's like a one. It's not a circle chain; it's a string chain.
Would it be a benefit if Ode pointed on the map because she can get really precise with
Ooh,
her
there you
claw?
go.
make a sleight of hand
We
check.
all know. We all know that Artuk does not trim his fingernails.
Oh,
Artok has a bad fingernail biting problem.
Just puts a giant thumb on like the ocean next to the forest.
She
Okay.
goes to tap the right spot, slips, and we're just in the middle of the ocean there.
Ode grabs Artuk's hand and she says, show me where we're going.
Artok, sort of points to like a certain little area below a hill there, alongside a river.
And Ode like hovers above it and kind of like moves around in like very slight, precise ways until Artuk
A little
like
up, a little to the right, a little more, like a teeny bit, not too far, a little back. All right, right there.
24.
Fucking okay. I'll have a little benefit to that in a little bit. Then hell yeah, I like that.
And she grabs as soon as he says like yes, there. She doesn't put her thing down, but grabs Artuk's hand first and like waits until we're all linked because she's smart like that.
All right, everyone, touch hands. Everyone joins in, and as you
Oh,
all
like in Catholic Church, I'm holding up my hand for the next person.
bless us, O Father, for we have sinned. Um, Byron, would you please lead us in a traditional Church of Bahamut prayer? Sorry, Church of Cuthbert prayer. No. Okay. With Ode as the you know what? No. Um, Artuk, it seems only fitting, even if Ode's technically the one kind of hitting the button. I would like you to roll a D100 to see how you find your way back home.
Last roll, 1D100. Here goes.
And then I would like Ode to just roll a D10 as well to just improve the score because she is much more precise than Artuk. Okay.
Nice.
69. Nice. You land in the real horny part of the swamp. Okay. As you all join hands, and as Ode puts her claw down towards it, you all feel, starting in Ode and just kind of continuing down the chain, this almost like electrical like force kind of pass through all of you. There's like rampant static just being. Little bits of like kind of purplish like flame and sparks begin to kind of pop off from the map as a kind of like whirlpool of energy begins to surround it. As time goes on, yes, Mary. What was that?
Anyway.
Your voice is too high to pick up on your mic.
Sorry, we couldn't have brought Ebenezer anyway because it only allows 8 creatures.
oh, that's true.
You see Ebenezer as you guys run up in this whirlpool of energy, and it begins to kind of overwhelm you as all of your guys' kind of silhouettes are filled by this purple form all around you in this field. You see, running from the corner with Team Please No Owlbears chasing him and calling him a thief. You see Ebenezer running forward saying, "Wait!" Oh, you see the Ebenezer clone. "Wait! I've changed my mind!" As you all as the ritual completes, the map dissolves, and you all. It kind of looks like the Bifrost actually from the original Thor movie. As you all just suddenly shoot up as this massive purple magical energy, and you are all gone. And where you all suddenly rematerialize, Artuk, you are back home. As you all suddenly just find yourselves just deposited on the ground. Some of you have a bit of loose footing. A few of you like slip or like kind of find unsteady as you land on logs. Different like kind of mycelium and mushrooms that are like growing onto the side of trees. You hear just a sudden brim. The white noise of nature and plant life just kind of begin to overwhelm the entire scene. A far cry from the city you were just in. But as you all look around, you see plant life larger and more massive. Artuk, you see trees that tower high above, easily, as this picture shows, like massive behemoths into like hundreds of feet in the air that kind of reach deep into the heart of the forest. You see babbling brooks as different like strange like pseudo magical and like fey creatures chase after each other. You see a few pixies being a real dick to a frog as they're kind of carrying it by its legs and just just dragging it across, and then another bigger frog tackle one of the catch one of the fairies and eat it immediately. But as you all look around, you are very firmly in the Korlegrun forest, and Artuk, it might take you a little bit of time to figure out where precisely. There's many trees, but you are home.
Ode?
Wow.
Was that? I couldn't
Oh.
tell if you were wrapping session or not, David.
No, I just said wow. Like,
Gotcha.
Oh no, I just wanted to give this enough fanfare
Okay, cool.
because it's been long
Cool.
since
That
this
was cool fanfare. It was like enough fanfare that I was like, oh shit, is that like a rap worth of fanfare? Like, is that what he's going for? That
I'll
was
be
cool.
honest, I thought about it for a second and then I was like, absolutely not.
Yep. Ode. You know, with as much how to put this right. Nobody, very few people have outside of the herd ever been in here before. And this is I trust you. If you want to, in as respectful ways you can think to, chronicle some of this knowledge for the world to have. Some of the things in here have never been written down on paper before, for sure. And what's going on, the culture of the herd and the forest. If that's something that's interesting, the herd hasn't trusted most people, and I think that they would keep doing that, but I think that they're wrong for it.
Ode, like I'm trying to remember very particularly. I'm like here, I don't know if it's in my notes. I think Ode thinks back to a moment when we were like literally first talking, and I'm so sure there's a moment where she said something along the lines of like to Artuk, like that's amazing, like how much of that can I tell to the cerulean eye? And I think he said like not much. Let's not talk about it right now. Like I think specifically with the Corrigan Forest. I wrote this down.
I remember this kind of topic conversation. It was as you guys were like leaving Carnage heading towards Holix, if I remember right. Because then Morak got angry, everyone had magic. The one
Yeah.
time that ever happened.
I think Ode thinks back to that and she just like feels really emotional. Like I feel like she has kind of been holding that this whole time. Like I want to be respectful of what people want to be reported. And she's like, that would be such an honor. I take that very seriously, Artuk.
All right. As one of the 19 herd members of the Corrigan Forest, you have my full and utmost permission to respectfully record what you see while you're here.
Absolutely. And I will note that with the asterisk that you were chased out by the rest of the herd, so this might be contentious information.
Absolutely. You know, whatever you need to say. Frankly speaking, contentious is a good word for me.
Artuk, I would like you to make a wisdom save and well, a wisdom save effectively.
All right. 2 of them,
Yeah, 2.
but no weird, no advantages.
Nothing right now.
Cool. 28, 13.
As you stand among your home once again, and as you feel this, as you walked around a lot of Acalia, the farmlands, well, frankly, the Forest of Carnish, where you all met and fought the corrupted Dryad, even as you contended with the underwater near the Lavender Sea, the nature magic never was quite the same. You know, there's different nuances, almost different flavors to it. The sea lives on its own laws and its own creatures compared to a forest, compared to this. But even as you may have enjoyed them, and even in Coral Point, in that moment, you had a connection with the Earth again, with your druid crafting at the very beginning of this session. There was a warmth. This feels like home. This energy you haven't felt in so long, and in feeling it in this moment, it feels both so familiar and just so damn needed. In the back of your mind, almost passively, you feel the blight for just a moment in you. You feel it almost ravenous in this moment, not overtaking you to clarify, but it in and of itself, as if you've tempted it with the most delicious treat it could possibly have. An environment untouched by, not untouched by death, but untouched by its ruin. Filled so verdantly with life and all its excesses and all of its magics. And you, even in spite of that, whether it's confidence from finally having your homecoming, you feel yourself push it back and push it back hard. Maybe a part of you saying, I will not be victimized again. Maybe a part of the natural energies of this forest rejecting this unworldly incursion. But as you step around, I imagine that for just a moment, as you move around, Artuk allows a moment of levity to himself. He maybe dips his foot in the babbling brooks. He climbs a tree that he knows and hasn't seen in so long. You know what? No, I'm not gonna make this a roll. The rest of you see something you have not seen in the entire time you have known Artuk. You see him take a step and a little and pass through the water, and you see just a fish just kind of swim near his foot. He doesn't seem to notice, just in this kind of almost relaxed flow state. You see him kind of place his hand on a tree, and you see a little bit of like lichen, not the blight-esque ones, but just kind of stay in its wake. And you see him take a few steps through a bit of grass, and you notice a flower to pop up behind him. It's a world. You all get the sense, Artuk, you especially, you knew it at one point. The natural energies of the world run very strong here in the Corrigan Forest. And the rest of you all, especially compared to what Arctic has been through, you have never seen this amount of natural magics ever before. But yes, Artuk, you feel not no threat from the blight, but even as you come here, even as you offer it its most tantalizing prize you ever could, you feel it is so battered and weakened from its earlier attempt, and your unwillingness to let it break through again. You do not feel it as a threat, or at least not as an active threat. Still there, always there, but not yet ready to strike.
You are weaker than us, and we're here to prove it to you. Take a look around. I say to no one in particular. Guys, come on, it's this way.